week of Midwest Championship Series Rocket League. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited for it. Me and Clash are going to chill for a bit, and we get to watch some insane matches. Clash, I'm looking out the window right now, and it is the changing of the seasons for sure. We're switching into summer somewhat. It's becoming almost May now.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice outside. And, speaking of change, we have a lot of changes in this league as well right now. Lots of roster changes going on, lots of trade window moves. And I'm hoping that things are looking brighter for some of those teams as well.
Indeed. And obviously looking at the format, right, we're in the heart of it. Yeah, like you said, April 21st through the 28th, you see on the little bottom header there. That is the first trade window. We are in the heart of it at the moment. We are getting through the latter half of it, but so far, if you go and count down the transactions, there have been 41 of them. Actually, 41 minus 5, so there have been 36 of them. 36 transactions made, and it's been an absolute hectic week for all the staff that runs this league, but also just the players in general that are a part of it. It's really, really difficult as far as keeping track of what teams want to do, Clash. But everyone, kind of making a change. Some teams sticking, but it'll be interesting because now that we're getting into the actual game week, it is odd because, teams can't really make changes. They can't make changes on game days just straight up. But not only is it a bad idea, but you're not even allowed to play the play. Yeah, exactly.
So, obviously we're going to see a small dip in the transactions for a day, but it's going to be interesting to see after today. Maybe this is the last chance for a couple people on some rosters. Maybe some teams are still trying things out. It'll be interesting to see what moves happen in these last few days after the match week this week happens.
For sure. And taking a look at the schedule, we have got the first match being the Rhythm and the Rangers. Now this one was kind of being altered last minute. We did stick with it, so we are fine with that, but it was being altered last minute, so some changes were being made to it, but I think we're good to play it, and those guys will be getting in here at any moment. But regardless, you've got the Rhythm and the Rangers. I'll give you a quick starting lineup for them. Rhythm, they didn't make any changes. They're sticking with the roster that they have. It's funny because I look at the transactions and they had a change in both of their Challenger and Premier rosters, but they didn't change this Rising Star team at all.
No, they didn't. I know Tibbles pretty well. Talked to him a little bit about things. He's pretty confident in the roster. They've done quite well. Both of these teams are 3-2, so right around the middle of the pack, but just a little above. So neither team needed to make changes, but Rangers have. They have made 2 changes, actually. They traded Symmetry to the Superiors for Mikey. They got Mikey on their team, and they picked up Iwu from free agents. Flyers dropped them earlier, and Rangers picked them up. So big contrast from the Rhythm to the Rangers. 2 changes for the Rangers and 0 for the Rhythm right now.
Yeah, and bringing up the Flyers, they obviously released their third and then picked up a third from me. I actually sent over a player to them, and it was odd because they were saying that the player that I was sending over wanted to play with the first round pick for the Flyers from the beginning of the season, wanted to be on his team, wanted to team with him, and so I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Why didn't you just draft him from the beginning? Because he was available. They could have drafted him. I had a late 3rd round pick in Rising Star. I did. It wasn't very early. So it might have been early, mid to early. It doesn't matter. But the point is that them bringing in Iwu, I really wanted actually Iwu on my team, but I wasn't able to bring him in because I did not have. I had a sign, but he was. St. Cloud had already used their drop for their third to begin with, so I wasn't able to even consider bringing him in. But I like that they brought him in, Clash. I really think that this roster gets 10 times better with you on the team, because for me, I don't know how much he's been playing, but he's been playing quite a bit for St. Cloud, and they're 4-1. So to him to go to pretty much a team that's right underneath St. Cloud, I feel like you just turn their team around too.
Yeah, Flyers making that move while doing well is very interesting. Iwu has already proven himself on that team, so yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Rangers do. Both of these teams, again, 3-2, so it's going to be a very good matchup today. I'm looking to see how Jazo, I think is how you say his name.
Jazo, something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. I'm looking to see how he does on the rhythm. I know he's the first round pick. Looking to see him perform very well. Believe he's the main, like, what we'd call can opener for the team. Has the most mechs, has the most gameplay, gaming ability on that team. Best way to get past the defense, make the opportunities happen. I want to see him perform well. Who are you looking for on the Rangers?
For me, it has to be Iwu, the new pickup. The person was brought in. Also, Mikey, too, brought in from Duluth, I think you said.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I think overall, I think we're going to get a new server before they even play, which is weird to say. But regardless, yeah, I'm thinking I'm looking for more than likely Mikey or Iwu. Mainly Iwu. The third round pick basically for this team. Goes from a sub spot to a third round pick. I felt like he deserved a third round pick spot to begin with, just with what he showed in combines, but also just, you can tell, has shown that he is a solid player to play around and a solid player to bring in. So I'm excited to see what we get, but just waiting on the new server. But I'll go back to us really quickly. Clash, I'm going to throw out my prediction, and I'm going to go with the Rhythm in 4. I give Rangers a game, but honestly, with how new of a roster is, I can't see them doing insanely well here.
Before you said that, I was honestly thinking Rhythm 2. But you made me look at those roster moves. I really like the pickup of Mikey. I know his team wasn't doing super well on the Superiors, but I think this team could be very good. I think Ghosty very well could be Challenger level. I know he was really hoping to get Challenger. He's still really hoping to get Challenger during this trade window, and I think he deserves it. Obviously, it's really tight. Not every team is looking to move, but I believe this team, the Rangers team, is very solid, and I love the Mikey pickup. I know you're talking about the Iwu pickup. I'm going to go with Rangers in 5.
That's a bold prediction. We'll see what we get. We're just waiting on Rochester to come back, but I like what you brought up, that there is only one team currently that is 6-0, and that's the Green Bay Knights, and we'll see if they can go 7-0 on the week, but they are looking solid for overall going into this first major. But I honestly am not surprised with how that roster was put together. I'm a fan of Quick. I feel like he's actually quite underrated in Rising Star, to be honest. And Sear has always been a solid player. Same with obviously whatever you want to say, Takeover, Saka originally. But I think we're ready to kick off this game. Number 1, we're gonna get into it and line up our first game of the series, our first series of the night. It's always a blast. It's always interesting to see what we get out of these players, but we're fresh off a trade window, Clash, and we are fresh into the first week where those trades are going to make an impact. Did your team make the right decision, or did they make the wrong one?
Yeah, you'll be able to tell very quick. Only one match this week, though, so if you haven't made a move, you still you might not be affected by not making that move that much. And if you did make a move, you have a little bit more time before it gets really down and dirty into the dog days of into the season. And as we're talking about that, the Rhythm, who didn't make a move, are the first ones to press on offense. Serrato back on defense, able to clear it out. Jazzo tries to clear it out, but it looks like Rhythm's a little bit low on boost right now. Ghosty turns it right back around for the Rangers, tries to get back middle, not quite able to. Ghosty, he's still trying to get in middle, somehow is stayed with the ball that whole time. Jazzo Like I said, the can opener for the team almost gets one on target, cleared away by the Rangers. This one is a little back and forth. Both teams are already getting some offense.
For sure, looking for an opening right away, and we'll see what we get out of this Rangers roster. Did the move pay off, or was it all for naught? As Mikey kind of catches out the defense as Tibbles kind of rotates in front of him, and Jazzo, whatever you want to say, gets the clear as he finds Tibbles down the field. And it'll be interesting to see what we get out of Tibbles out of this series. Has been around for the league for so long, and obviously you and I know him very well. Loves to cast, loves to produce Rocket League, but his team is gonna need him today to step up for sure. Because going into this game one, I have to think with Rhythm being the more overall clash, the more clean roster, the more roster that hasn't made any moves. Did I lag out? Did I lag out of Discord? What in the world is going on with me?
Yeah, you cut out for a second, but sounds like you're back now.
I am indeed.
Hopefully the stream can hear you. Oh my goodness, that was almost on target from the Rhythm. Ghosty able to just get it clear. Oh man, this is getting a little bit of pressure from the Rhythm right now. Can the Rangers get it out?
I'll go ahead and end the submission, and I'll end predictions. Tibbles asked me to. Not middle of the game. He asked it before, so the game was already going. We're good, but
still 0-0 though. So.
The Rhythm did win the predictions battle by 2%. They won at 51-49, so 2%. They should win. But as I say that, Ghosty gets the first for the Rangers.
Just a crawler. I want to see how this one made it past the defense. Oh, it's just so awkward. I think Tibbles thought Jazzo was going, and Jazzo definitely thought that Tibbles was going, and they just both backflip on their own goal line. It is a crawler slowly into the net. That is a painful way to lose the first goal.
Indeed. And now we're looking at this series as a 1-0 lead for the Rangers, and hopefully not a game one loss for the Rhythm, because like I was saying, I kind of disconnected, is that you got players that are experienced with each other for 4 weeks now. They've been playing together for quite a bit of time, and you want to show that chemistry does matter. And Juxo, I think it's Juxo.
I think it's Juxo. That sounds right.
I think it's Juxo. He's able to get the tying goal for the Rangers, just out muscles Ghosty, but Ghosty had a double clash that was off the sidewall there. That was pretty darn close.
Yeah, Ghosty is trying things, but I mean, sometimes those simple goals like Juxo just proved are all you need. It is tied up now. Rhythm getting their first goal for the series, able to wipe off that
whatever that was.
Right in on the first one, but the fact that they can bounce back is huge. They figured out a way to get the goal. It is tied up. That's all they need right now. They will need to score one more to get this game, and that might just sneak in. How did that make it past the defense? It was a little bit awkward. The defender might have thought it was hitting backboard, but it just floated right underneath the crossbar.
And it's Juxo once again. You said he was the tip of the spear, the person who's going to be the one who's going to break through. And he was, as he's able to break through that defense and get that line. And huge play for the Rhythm, because now they're up 2. And they're at 2, and they're looking for 3. It was actually the Rangers on offense, but Rangers looking for the tying goal, but Rhythm always looking for the third one. See what they can do with a minute, about 70 seconds left in this first game. We're at height of the trade window season, so it's always a blast to watch new teams, what they can pull together clash. And the Rangers are going to need to find some magic here with about 50 seconds left.
Yeah, they have the Rhythm in their half pretty low on boost. Tibble's retreating with full, but they've been in their half for a while now. It's been at least 30 seconds, and they're still trying to get an opportunity. Couldn't quite get that one on target. He was able to keep it in the zone. Mikey turns on it. There's an opening, but he has no boost to be able to get back to that. That is so tragic. If he had boost there, that was a huge opportunity. Sherrado able to get a big clear out, and Tibble's able to follow it and beat the last defender. Ghosty doesn't go for it, lets his teammate go, but his teammate wasn't ready. Another one for the Rhythm with only 20 seconds left. The Rhythm are up by 2.
Huge play for Tibbles as Sherrado will get the assist on that one, and Tibbles will get the goal and put Rochester up by 2. as game number 1 is going to tick away. About 20 seconds left. Can the Rhythm hang on? As I think they can, as they're kind of holding all the pressure. Maybe Mikey gets a clear down the field. He finds Iwu. That's up for 90, and Rangers go get that goal back pretty darn quick.
Very smart play by Iwu. He forced the play and just decided to keep on going up. Didn't have a ton of boost to his name, but able to get the perfect shot. Saved some time for his team. He had to get that one on right then. If he took time with that one, I'm not sure how likely it would be. It's still not super likely, but they gave themselves a chance. This was all they need. Juxo trying to get that one out. Mikey with the shot, not on target. Maybe a possession play for him. Ghosty able to keep it up, but is there someone there? Mikey able to keep it up. Iwu, can he follow this up? He cannot quite on target. There was an opening, couldn't keep it in the air. It hits the ground, and Rhythm take game 1 by a thread.
Somehow Rochester will hang on to that, but that was about as close as you could possibly want it, with everything nail biting down to the end. And Rochester will hang on though to the 1-0 advantage and go to 1-0 in this series. And it's interesting that you look at these post-game stats, and I mean, overall the Rangers with 5 saves and the Rhythm with only 3. Demos though favor the Rhythm, which is to be expected, but about even on shots. You got one more shot for Rochester, and it makes sense because they find the back of the net one more time.
Yeah, a lot of offense coming from both of these teams. Obviously, with a lot of offense, that equals a lot of defense. But both teams getting a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities. It doesn't seem like a lot of midfield play. I'd love to see both of these teams step up on the midfield, challenge them early, make sure that the other team can't even get the opportunities on their half. Because right now, both teams are shooting a lot, getting a lot of opportunities. Not a ton of goals, only 5 total for that game, but lots of opportunities for both teams here. I'd love to see that midfield play step up from both teams.
Love to see maybe the Rangers find the back of the net more than twice. Would be good for their confidence too, Clash. Obviously, they'd score more than 2 goals, but it would mainly be just the confidence in that. Okay, our team is offensively gifted. We can find the back of the net if we choose to. We can put the ball in a position where our teammates can follow it up. It just really is just a confidence booster. And at this point in the season, right at that trade window, it really is the biggest test for your confidence in that game week, on that trade window week. Because, I mean, you're testing out new rosters. You're wondering, what in the heck did we get ourselves into? As Tibbles will make that save, and oh boy, poor Mikey will get a free open net, but poor Tibbles off this pinch. Had it read, but just took a little bit too long.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it hit a little bit off that post or not. He might have been reading an all backboard hit, but it might have hit the post a little bit. Just an awkward read, not quite able to get solid contact on it. Leaves it right in front of his net, and Rangers are able to capitalize. As you were saying, though, for the Rangers, they were the ones that made the move here, and a lot of confidence can be driven based on how you do coming out of that first trade.
That's right.
Rangers making the 2 moves is it's going to be very telling to see how they do in this series for the rest of their season. If they can do well in this series, I'm confident that they will be confident for the rest of the season. If they struggle on this one, that doubt starts to creep in your mind. Was this even the right move? Were we better off just not doing anything? The Rangers were doing pretty well for this season. They started off 3-0. They lost the last week twice, though, which might have been what made them make those moves. So, yeah, Rangers, I feel like, need to get this win here for their confidence for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and they're coming off of a 3-0 loss to the St. Paul Senators. The Senators, obviously, looking at the standings, those guys sitting way down at 1-4, and that is the only win for them. The Miracles beating the Rangers in 5, and the Miracles also in 9th at 2-3. So maybe it's a confidence thing of, I mean, we were beating everybody, but now we finally get tested, and it shouldn't even be a test to us with how the team's settle or how the team's set now. So. I think overall, if you're the Rangers, you don't put too much weight into this first series, but you are right. It is right after the window. You're playing the first match on stream. and it's a single header week. So what's even crazier is it's a single header week. So I think overall, this match is definitely huge for their confidence. It might spark what Rangers need for the rest of the season, as Ghosty has a foot preset. And I mean, the guy clipped on me in the one Premier Series he played, so you might as well just do it again.
Very nice shot by Ghosty, showing why he really wants to be challenger and why he may even deserve it. That was a great shot by Ghosty, taking that space that he was given on that wall, making a mechanical play, getting the Rangers up by 2. That was a great play by Ghosty.
And I was taking a look at the transactions, actually, and it's kind of a tie right now, but Hibbing, I believe if I'm counting right, they have made the most moves in their entire franchise out of anybody. And that, of course, is due to 2 of their premier players deciding to retire and not be a part of the franchise anymore. But Rochester with Tibbles will get one back, and a huge shot from Tibbs to get the lead and cut it in half.
Jesso doing that can opening that I was talking about, getting the defense awkward, able to get the double commit from the defense. Not a great clear from whoever hit it, and easy put away from Tibbles. Great positioning by him, getting in that position to put that one away. If he's not ready to go there, it's not a goal. So well done by Tibbles, well done by Jazzo as well, or Juxo. I keep saying Jazzo, sorry. Juxo getting that opportunity driven home. Well done by the Rhythm, getting this back. 1-goal game now with only 1:20 left. Can the Rhythm come back and get this series on to match point?
I think it would be huge for Rochester. Obviously, like we were talking about the whole time, and we're going to continue to talk about it, Clash, the whole night, is the adjustments that were made, the moves that were made. It's never going to leave our minds because we're at the height, like the end of it pretty much, of, you know, this is when we're getting down to the nitty gritty of teams that are saying, okay, well, we need to make a move last minute or we're not going to make a move at all. And we're going to have to wait until that second window. But Ghosty looking for a double off the backboard. Maybe get that third goal on the board. But talked about the pressure that the Rangers have. It's still kind of hanging on to it. 40 seconds left and Rochester still stuck in their half. But maybe it's the can opener, Juxo, to get through. He's on the ball, doesn't have a ton of boost, but is muscling his way through this Rangers defense, and he's going to give him a chance with about 25 seconds left.
Yeah, Rhythm are going to need to press here. They do only have 20 seconds left, so they're able to get a middle here, and that's an opportunity right there. Tibble's able to beat the last person in that corner. Ghosty was very awkward. He had a lot of boost, but just not in the right position. Shirado able to put that one away. Great positioning from him. Puts that in the bottom corner. Doesn't need to be placed, but it was. And just like that, we are tied with 18 seconds left. A Rhythm trying to get another one right off the kickoff. Able to be turned away by Ghosty. This could be bouncing on target. Not quite. Off the post. Juxo trying to take it to the corner. Doesn't have enough boost. Lets Tibbles take it. Back into the middle for Shirado. Shirado not quite there. Juxo able to turn this one dangerously. Mikey's just going to kill that one. And here we go into overtime. These two teams are looking very close.
If you're Hibbing, you definitely want this one. Obviously tie up the series. And as I say that, I'm just going to completely jinx them. I'm just going to jinx them. I might as well just shut up because why would I even say anything if they're just going to score immediately off the beat out of the corner? Ghosty does that, finds Mikey, and Hibbing going to tie up the series at 1 game apiece, and they will move on to this third game in a way better spot than if they were to lose that overtime, because obviously they'd be down 2-0, but their confidence would be down in the dumps for sure. I mean, why would it be in any other location? Is looking at the post game stats. Ghosty puts up 5 shots. Iwu not really involved in the offense, but involved in the assist and the saves game, I guess you could say, more than his teammates.
Yeah, you don't need the third person on the roster to put up a ton of shots. You need them to be very well supportive, getting those saves, getting those rotations where they need to be, all that, so that your team can keep moving. Most teams have a lower salary third. Iwu's no exception, where you have that person that is more of the supporting role, and he clearly did that very well in that game. Did his job as that third man, maintained the rotation. Rangers got the dub. Well done by them.
Now into game number 3. Rochester looking to confirm this series in their favor. If they can get this game done with, they'll be up 2-1, and the winner here obviously goes on match point. But I think Rochester are definitely going to want that last one back. Kind of let their fingers slip their fingers, really, as Mikey's going to hit the post. He was follow-up is right at Tibbles, and Tibbles has the save. Ghosty, I think he had a free shot, but lines up the double anyway, puts it up for Mikey. He hits the crossbar. He was follow-up is off, as Tibbles and Juxo will have to collect in their corner. No boost between them, and it's just not on target, as I think Sherrado might be disconnecting. I can't tell. Poor fella, his internet is not dealing with him tonight. Mine is not dealing with me, but luckily nobody has scored yet. So, Sherrado's going to lose connection, and I don't think I can pause this, but I think we're going to have to go with a restart, and we are, as I'm going to throw it quickly back over to the schedule screen, and then I'll switch it over to us in a second. But we are going to have to restart that game at 0-0 apiece from 5 minutes, unfortunately. But anyways, regardless, I think overall it is not a bad thing, because kind of gives us more time to elaborate on Hibbing's change and the move they make. But I'm gonna be honest, with Pops in chat, I think he's in chat, I did not like the move that you made, my guy. I'm a big fan of Sinistry. I'm a big fan of really Hadron too. I've been playing previously in last season, had been playing incredibly well, and I think overall it honestly not the best move. But yeah, I guess Sinistry can't make land, so that changes your mind. But
yeah, I also know that Sinistry was really wanting to play with some buddies that he had, both Zestrous and K Easy on the Superiors. So he wanted to make that move over there. Pops was, I guess, kind of allowing him to move over there. So thanks, Pops, for being a nice guy on that one. But yeah, I don't mind the move that much, as much as you do. I like Mikey. I think he's a very good player. And then, of course, as you were talking about Iwu, I believe he is a very solid third. Yeah, I don't hate the moves that Rangers made. Unfortunately, they were making those moves from after doing quite well. So that's where is a little bit hit or miss. Do you need to make those moves at all? Like the Rhythm, they're 3-2. They didn't make a move. They're 3-2 as well. They haven't made a move. And obviously they're doing pretty well in this series. We'll see if they can figure out a way to go 4-2 on the week. But obviously, they got Rangers in their way.
Indeed. No idea what my Discord is doing, but it's not enjoying itself at the moment. But regardless, excited to see what we get out of the latter half of this series. I think those guys are loading in. It looks like it's just Rhythm that we're waiting on. Poor Sherrado's internet not liking him today. It happens. But no jinx on my internet tonight. Hopefully it's going to live through the night. But I guess there are other circumstances that do prevent you from keeping the team that you drafted, but also other circumstances force you kind of to make a change. And Sinistry not making land is one thing. Also, maybe Hadron couldn't make land, but Pops did say that Sinistry's replacement was too expensive, which does make sense. I mean, you do have to find a player that is higher salary, that is willing to play in Rising Star, and willing to be pretty much the offensive leader for your team, or the overall leader for your team. It doesn't matter if they're playing or not. So, or if they're the offensive player or not, but still a good shot from holy cow, a good shot from Mikey is put it on Juxo, and Juxo will make that save, and we're back into game number 3. We've restarted. Hopefully Sherrado's internet is still good, but Luckily, nobody scored Clash in the first 45 seconds, so the first 45 seconds of this game, also, nobody has scored just yet.
Yeah, very, very stalemate so far, other than that one shot by Mikey. That shot was blazing. But yeah, you're talking about the salaries of people that you're picking up. Both Ghosty and Mikey are quite high on for Rising Star, so they don't have that much room to make the third, to pick up a third. I mean, Iwu I think is a great pickup for the salary that he's at. So I think with the situation that Pops is in, I think it was the right move. It's just unfortunate with how well his team was doing that he had to make the move in the first place at all. But I don't mind the move. I think he's in a very good spot still. Ghosty still on the team, still doing great things. You saw him do that flip reset in an earlier game, and I don't expect him to stop anytime soon.
Sherrado gonna look to touch this. Will get dunked by Ghosty. Maybe Ghosty has another one in him in this game. He's definitely gonna want to, and maybe the Rangers want him to hit that as well as Ghosty. Looks for one more touch off the sidewall. Maybe a pass across. Iwu though has the touch on. That was the eventual shot. It is saved by Juxo again, and Juxo has had to come up huge for Rochester in this third game so far. Just waiting on Tibbles and Sherrado to get involved, and the 50 goes right midfield, and Tibbles, I think, was the one that was out of rotation. He kind of was, but Juxo kind of gets caught here as both of them leave Mikey for a free shot.
Yeah, I would say it was more on the other two. Not a great 50 in the midfield, and Juxo was going for the boost in the corner as well. Sherrado has to be able to play that to the corner if Juxo is going to the corner, and Juxo has to be able to stay middle if Sherrado's not able to get that 50. Kind of a bit of both. They have to play safer on the defense. They cannot be going to the same corner, same boost. It kind of just left it open. Tibbles not quite able to save that one. Rangers now up by 2, able to get this one, and kind of a free goal, able to beat Sherrado there.
That's tough for Sherrado to cover Clash. Still 2:45 to go in this game number 3, excuse me. Rochester, they did make a comeback in that second game. Do they have another one in them? As Sherrado looking to recoup from past mistakes on the backboard. Tibble's bounce shot is good, and he's going to bounce it over the first defender, and is going to get the goal as a good play from Sherrado off the backboard.
I love the pass from Sherrado. I know he didn't make contact on that last hit, but without him being there, the defender is not going to be as awkward on the backboard. He's forcing out that hit. Even if the defender makes contact, it still might drop down middle. So Sherrado being there in a great position, is able to get that middle. Very well put away by the Rhythm. Rhythm able to bounce back from that 2-goal deficit down to 1-goal lead for the Rangers. Can the Rangers hold on? Can the Rhythm get this next goal that they're trying to get right now? Tibbles gets it in the middle, and that was another shot. Sherrado able to put that one away. Great speed on the shot. There were defenders in net, but they couldn't do anything about it.
That is such good placement from Sherrado. Hits it near post with power and is able to pick that corner. That is not an easy shot to hit. Able to find that, and that is tough for sure to put away. Is right off the kickoff. Iwu finds the bottom right corner, and the Rangers, with the help of the Rhythm, are gonna put in 3 in pretty much 55 seconds.
That one feels so bad for the Rhythm.
Indeed.
Rhythm doing so well to try to come back there. Sherrado and Tibbles combining on a couple. But then Rangers instantly bringing that right back, getting that goal, getting that lead back. Tibbles and Juxo trying to get another one. Tibbles not able to get the power on it. Led by Juxo so well, but Tibbles not able to get the power. Tries to get the flick, can't. And now Rangers going on the other end. This might be open. Can Ghosty get back to it? He can. That is free. Last defender committed. Didn't quite get contact. And voila, Rangers are back up by 2.
A minute 53 is still left, and Ghosty will get that 4th goal on the board for the Rangers. An explosion from them on offense, as they were able to find 4 in that in this game, and then 3 in the last one. And it ended up being the win for them, and maybe this one will be another win for them, as the trade is working out so far, as they're looking to go on match point. A good touch from Mikey, and Ghosty, I don't know where he was putting that, but was looking maybe for another touch as Tibbles goes missing, and Juxo has to collect in his corner, gets dunked. That's not going to be on target. Tibbles though looking for a touch, and doesn't make any contact, and Juxo will sit on the ball, can't find the clear as Ghosty will hit over one as Tibbles into that corner. Looks to press and get one more touch. Can't really sit behind it as he doesn't have a ton of boost. And Juxo is also starving as well. Mikey's trying to drop it down for Ghosty. And I like the play from Ghosty. Kind of just sits on the ball and kills more time.
Yeah, Rangers are playing smart on their offense here. They're not pressing super hard. I noticed at one point that Mikey had a chance to shoot it like he did right there, but he left it. And on this one, he doesn't leave that at all. That's a great double tap. Makes the opportunity of the backboard. No one up there to challenge it. Hits the double tap. Juxo left staring on the goal line, and he's not able to do anything about that one. Great shot by Mikey.
The touch is going to go into the back of the net for the Rangers once again, as they're going to find the fifth and look to confirm this game. They're looking for 6. Ghosty's got 6. He wants 6. He gets it as there's 46 seconds left. And the Rangers are really pouring it on. And Rochester have got to find a Band-Aid to put on the wound, because it is getting more and more red every second, really.
Yeah, those last couple goals, it looked like it was Rhythm really trying to attack. The fifth goal, it was them trying to attack from their goal line. What a fake by Mikey. Oh my goodness. Not quite able to get the goal though. So I believe this game might as well just still be 2-4 as far as the goals that went in. Rhythm trying to press hard, but just not able to do so. That being said, the Rhythm need to figure out those 4 goals. I think it was mostly rotational, mostly letting things be open on their side. They need to figure out ways to not overcommit, play as a team, not be in the same positions, because right now they're all over each other, and it's allowing the Rangers to just do what they want on the ball. If they can get past 1 or 2 people, the third person often isn't there. So it makes it a lot easier for the Rangers at times, almost playing a 3v2. Not any particular player on the Rhythm that I'm noticing is struggling. It's just kind of all as a team. They need to figure out those rotations. Yeah,
gotta get in the right spot. They do get 4 saves from Juxo, a good performance from him on defense, but every single Rhythm player gets outperformed score-wise from every single Rangers player. I know you guys can't see it on the post-game, but pretty much every Rangers player, 500 points. Iwu has 420. So it's going to be important for really for Hibbing to find those points, but also find just the simple touches that they're missing. And more misses is only going to come back, or only going to compound onto why you're losing a series. And I think overall they would be a lot more confident if they didn't have those blatant misses. And now going into this 4th game, it's do or die for Rochester. They got to get it going right now, Clash, or they are out of time.
Yeah, they have to get this game, obviously, or else they lose 3-1. So they have to get this game right now. Have to figure out a way to bounce back. Have to figure out a way to get these rotations in check. I'm gonna look for Shirado on those. I wanna see him play a little safer on defense, rotate behind cleanly. I think it was a couple times I saw him be the one that overcommitted. It has been everyone on the Rhythm that I've seen, but looking at him specifically right now, I want to see him play safe on the defense. I want to see him pick it up on the defense. Juxo able to get a lot of saves. That time, Juxo was the one overcommitting. Shirado able to clean it up, though. Shirado on the counterattack. Can he do this on a solo play? Not quite able to get the flick. If he did, that would have been so nice. Tibbles getting it middle for Juxo. Shirado playing safe on the back line, but that's because his teammates committed there. Able to get it out with no boost, though. Rhythm trying to play a little bit safer on the defense when they're there, but their offense is still overcommitting a little bit. So I still need to see them figure out those rotations.
Touch is going to go off the backboard for Juxo into that corner. Is anyone home from the Rhythm to take the shot? Not really, as Mikey will have that touch. And Mikey coming over from the Duluth Superiors, and he's got to feel great, Clash. Coming over from a team that is 1-4, not having the best season. They're second to last in the league. And the Rangers say, well, hell hell, he can join our team. He can be on our team. He can lead us to wins. He's looking for pretty much his second win of the season. He's well on his way as he's got pressure on this Rhythm defense. 2 minutes in about, and nobody able to find the back of the net just yet. Rangers on the possession with Iwu. Iwu has looked good in this series so far. Has done well on his back line, and really for me has just been that player to fill in the gaps. Really just the glue guy, if you will. So make sure that Ghosty and Mikey are sitting in a good spot when hitting the ball. And overall, this would be a crazy touch from Toronto. He does find the second one, but he can't put it on target, and Ghosty has the clear.
Yeah, the Rangers are controlling this pretty well right now. Iwu, yeah, like you said, being that glue, they're rotating very well. I like the idea by Iwu there, not quite able to get it to Ghosty. Ghosty trying to play a little bit of a solo play. Doesn't need to, though, because there's a lot of space given from the Rhythm. The Rhythm playing very safe now. They don't want to concede a free one because they definitely did in the last game. I like to see that, but they have to figure out a way to also get the offense. It needs to be tight rotations, tight offense. Rangers have a lot of space right now to work with. They haven't been able to punish yet this game as Rhythm try to get a goal. Tibbles keeping it middle. Shirado up. No one challenging. There's a double commit from the defense, and Shirado able to get it off the backboard. It was so awkward from the defense. It looked like both were sitting there waiting for the other to go. Then when neither of them went, they both went, and neither had much boost to deal with. That is a great shot from Shirado off the crossbar and in.
About 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Excuse me. I thought we were a minute into the game clash. I'm lost. I'm lost on the field. I'm completely out to lunch. I am eating my sandwich and chips. I am completely out to lunch.
That does sound pretty good right now. Exactly.
I mean, it's about supper time. I mean, 6:40. What do you think? What's on for supper, Clash? I mean, you a spaghetti type of guy, or like a bowl of soup, or like a burger type of guy, or a solid sandwich and chips.
I think I got some pizza leftovers.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay. Italian cuisine. I love it. I love it so much. That makes me hungry, for sure. But a minute and a half in, I suppose all six of these guys are probably going to be hungry after this series, depending on who wins and loses. One of them is going to be more hungry, but still, regardless.
One of them's going to be hungry for more. The other one's going to be hungry for anything else.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, 100%. As Shirado, 70 seconds left, has the only goal for Rochester. Tibble's looking for more and looking to devour this Rangers defense, if you will. As Juxo catches them out, far post. A great shot for Juxo as he hits the right side, and the Rhythm up by 2.
Ghosty trying to catch that there. I think he might have misread it a little bit off the sidewall, and in his attempt to catch it, it falls just behind him. Juxo is there and is able to punish. Free goal for Juxo. Well done being in that right position.
Now is the touch for the Rangers. 50 seconds left overall for Rochester. As Juxo look for one more clear. Tibbles gonna clear it down to Ghosty. Ghosty gonna hit one more as he's looking for a flip reset. Does have it. Does have the double, and Ghosty will cut the lead in half.
Wow, second flip reset goal from Ghosty this series, and that one was a clean one because it came off the sidewall too. Oh my goodness, what a follow by him. Able to beat that defender that was ready on the sidewall too. Just didn't expect the amount of power that was going to come out of that flip reset. Not only was the power there, but he also still had the control to be able to follow that up, get that goal. Well done by Ghosty there, keeping his team in this one. Rhythm trying to close this out, but Ghosty wants nothing to do with Rhythm bringing this to game 5.
10 seconds left. They're well on their way. Mikey has the shot. Can't really find the back of the net. Has 7 seconds left. Can they hang on, and can we go to a game number 5? Rochester's looking that way. Ball is going to bounce, and it's going to hit the ground. And Rochester, with their backs against the wall, will rise to the occasion and will hang on as Ghosty had an unreal play. And going into game 5, his confidence has got to still be good. I can't imagine that, he's nervous about this 5th game after just doing what he just did.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do as Ghosty there? I mean, maybe make a second one.
Yeah,
but,
do it again.
Do it again. But no, if he's making plays like that, Rangers are not out of this at all. Obviously, they've already got 2 games. Obviously, we see they can win. So we're going to get really quickly into this second one, into this last game. All the teams are in, and here we go right into Game 5. This is such a good series. I love it. Rhythm have figured something out on their lines. They figured out those rotations. I love it. Could be a really good Game 5.
About 5 seconds in, and nobody able to get to the back of the net just yet. But overall, we're looking for the touch. As nobody scores right off the kickoff, so we're doing well with that. But Ghosty's kind of in a one-on-one, has a chance for Rangers to get on the board. Ghosty on the far side is going to have to make this touch and does beat Juxo, as Mikey will put it off the backboard. Big miss from Sherrod. Mikey puts it on target. Ewu's there. The third round pick is going to bail you out as more 28 still left in this game, and Ewu is the man to put the ball into the back of the net.
A big miss by Sherrod there. If he gets that hit, it's a counterattack for the Rhythm. That was going to go flying to the other side of the field, but because he doesn't make contact and Mikey is ready for it to get it center, Ewu there as well, able to get the goal away. Rangers were able to punish, trying to get another one, not quite able to get that one in. Big demo from Juxo, able to stop the Rangers' attack here. Rhythm are going to try to counterattattack. It stalls out in the midfield. Mikey tries to turn it back in. Juxo there to cut that one out. Ghosty able to follow it, almost. That would have been a very good follow. I bet he didn't expect the defender to miss, though. Mikey able to get it cleared. Nice control by him. 0 boost there, though. Juxo is able to take over. It looks like on both teams, when the player is on the ball, a lot of the times they don't have boost. Sherrado running out as well, but able to get a little bit of a flip reset, able to delay it. Tibbles needs to get a good touch here. He's last back for a while. Ewu trying to counterattack. Juxo able to get a big demo. That very well could have just saved them. There was a lot of pressure mounting there, but Rhythm are going to be the ones that have to attack. They have plenty of time to attack, but they do have to get this goal to tie it up. Rangers are up right now, and it is the last game of the series.
Rangers, Ghosty finds the second, and he continues to have an impact on this series as he shoots out of the corner and kind of catches Juxo and Sherrado both in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
As the touch. Yeah, I didn't either. I thought the save was coming in from Sherrado. He had plenty of boost to make it and was not able to get it at all. And I mean, Juxo was empty, so I think Juxo's expecting Sherrado to just say, hey, I can get it for you, man. Don't worry. He doesn't. And the Rhythm once again locked in their half as Ewu gonna get one more touch. Maybe we'll hear his voice tonight on some casting if his team gets the win, I assume. But big win for the Rangers so far for their confidence. Is this game number 5. They're all but in control of it. The Rhythm, though, have come back a number of times in this series. They're going to have to do it again as the double bump comes out from Juxo, but the full commit for the Rhythm. Ghosty, though, just decides to go to center corner. It's wide open, my guy. Where are you going?
Oh, I know you love those flip resets and all those fancy plays, but that one, just turn it towards that, my guy. That's free. You gotta see it, gotta have that vision. There was 3 people on your half of the field and you're at midfield. It is free. Get that on target. Come on, Ghosty. Oh man, I really wanted to see that go away, but because he didn't get that away, now the Rhythm are still in this. Only a 2-goal game. They're getting pressed though on their back line, and they have to be the ones pressing. Tibbles able to get it out, but only the one touch. Juxo trying to get control of the corner and gives control to Mikey. Bit of a double commit from the Rangers, works out perfectly for them.
Huge clear.
That's a big clear from the Rangers. Tibbles able to get it on target, just cleared away by the last defender. Ewu trying to get a big 50. He does, still his boost, but lets Mikey go. Mikey getting the one touch cleared. Ghosty big dunk with his 0 boost. Rhythm are still trying to press, but they just can't figure out a way to get it on this line with a serious threat on the goal line. Ooh, and that's a weird touch. And Rangers stuck on their side. Can someone follow up here from the Rhythm?
Finally!
Oh, bit of a double commit works out for them. honestly, I'm not sure how this got on target because it looked like the first hit was going to go off. I want to see how this made it. Oh, it ended up being an own goal from Ghosty. He can't know that that's. He types in the chat, "I'm him," because of that own goal. But I'm not sure if that was just vision by Tibbles or whoever got that goal.
Whoever got it, yeah.
Yeah, Tibbles. I'm not sure if that was just vision, seeing that might happen, using him as that angle, or if that was just a bit of luck. Either way, Rhythm are back into it. They only need one more to tie this up, and they have a minute to do it. Just kidding. They need two, because the Rangers just put another one away. Juxo trying to get it to the corner, but Ghosty puts it right back in the middle.
I mean, about 60 seconds left, and all hope kind of is lost for the Rhythm at that point. As the touch is going to be made from Juxo, just kind of get up the field, but he was going to turn on this. He's going to have a 50 with Juxo, and Sherrado and Tibble's got to get involved here. Same with Juxo. They all got to go. They don't have time anymore. It is out. I mean, they are out of lives as Ghosty finds the infield pass, but
Clear.
third player doesn't get to, commit, and they do get down the field. Sherrado does get a touch. This is going to bounce, but Mikey, the big pickup for Rochester, or for the Rangers, excuse me, is going to put Rochester in a deep hole. Same with Iwu as he cuts out the midfield. And about 25 seconds left, and Rochester in danger of losing this series. And about 20 seconds left, Clash, and they're holding the midfield line. It is all but done as Juxo will keep Rochester's hopes alive for now, but they can't get out of their half. They're stuck in this corner. They're literally pinned back, ears stuck behind their head. As 5 seconds left, and the Rhythm are likely going to fall in this series, and they will in 5, as the Rangers' move will make a difference.
Yeah, wow. The whole last 30 to 40 seconds there from the Rangers was in the Rhythm half. The Rhythm were the ones that needed to score there, and the Rangers were the ones that were pressing and did not stop. That was such an impressive ending of the game from the Rangers. Obviously, the whole game was impressive, but that last 30 to 40 seconds, the Rhythm just were stuck. They couldn't do anything. They were trying to get out. They had multiple attempts at a long clear, but it just got brought right back in. It was relentless from the Rangers. Very well done by them. Very good roster move, apparently, as they look to be 4-2 now. Very well done by the Rangers. I'm looking forward to seeing them the rest of the season.
I am too. Obviously, you see the post-game stats. A ton of shots for both teams, but the Rangers poured it on. 11 shots for them, 3 goals in the back of the net. And Rochester will only find 1 off of Tibbles, giving it everything he had, went 1 for 5, and poor Juxo 0 for 3. But still, we move on, as the Rangers will win that one in 5. And Clash, that was our only our first series of the night, and the next one I'm actually prepping for right now. I'm like, speed running through this because I want to get the next series going as quick as possible. We're kind of behind, but do about a 6-minute break, I'd say, maybe a 5-minute if we need more. But still, I'll start the lobby for the next series. But the next one, obviously not gonna be Rangers Rhythm, but it will be the Flyers and the Steelhawks. And
yes, it will. Yes, it will.
I don't remember. Have these guys made moves yet? I think the Flyers obviously have. They did drop their third. Yep.
They both have.
Okay.
I don't remember who the Steelhawks dropped. I need to look that
up. They dropped Straxel and they picked up Link, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So I don't know who's playing. Also, the Flyers did drop Watermelon Man and picked up Dave from me. So I'll get to see my my Dave, my Liquipedia guy here. See what he does. If he's any good, Clash. But that was only our first series of the night, and was it everything I had expected you to be?
Oh yeah, that was a great series. Both the last one and this one, both teams are positive. So these are multiple good matches in a row. Highly competitive. I'm looking forward to this. I'll go and throw it to the break because why not? Let's have a good one. Let's have a good rest of the day. And I will see you in, 6 minutes?
6 minutes, my guy.
Sounds good. See you then.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Press play. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Don't pause, press play. Press play. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Press play. Press play. Don't pause, press play.
Diving in, getting laid down, finding it out for myself. No one else can pull me out. Count to 10, clear my head now. Getting up, gonna go out just to see if I still know how. I can hardly feel, but I try to pretend. I put my hand on my heart just to see if I'm human. You hold your breath just to see if you can. When you've been broken, when you've been broken, could there be an answer in the hurt that set me free? More than all these empty words that brought me to my knees. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken. And I'm broken. Let it in, I can take it. Learn the sound of the changes. Nothing else can drown it out. Put myself in a racing, made a bet and erase it, just
still think of you. Those days are gone. I wonder if you still think of me too. I still think of you. I still think of you. Roller coaster feeling, seasons change, let it go. I forget the reason, baby, did we ever know? I've been calling these skies a rock shaped by the rain. And when you look at the stars, do you ever say my name? I still think of you, stuck on me like an old tattoo. I still think of you. Those days are gone. I wonder if you still think of me too. I still think of you. I still think of you. I still think of you. I still think of you, stuck on me like an old tattoo. I still think of you. Those days are gone. I wonder if you still think of me too.
Welcome back to MCS. We got another banger matchup here. We're looking at the Flyers and the Steelhawks going into this one. First, I want to talk about that last match real quick. Rhythm and Rangers, what a banger. Going to Game 5, Rangers taking it.
Yeah. Rangers coming off that transition as far as their roster goes, but able to make that move. And yeah, this next one coming up is another couple teams that made some moves, and we'll see if their little thing pays off. Is a yeah, we're running behind Clash, but quick predictions, hit me with it.
Oh man, I think it caught me off guard now. Flyers do have a better record right now. They're 4-1. Steelhawks are 3-2. That being said, I think I'm going to take the Steelhawks. I think they have a very good pickup in Link. I rate Carl and Wendy very highly. I think they're very good players. I think they take this in 4.
I have to agree. Forgot to reset the score, so it looks like it's 3-2, but it's 0-0, and it's game number 1. As Rayo and Debu did indeed pick up Dave himself. As yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see what we get out of this series. But yeah, Windy, Carl's Nuts, and Link is their new pickup. They dropped Traxel, they pick up Link instead. And Dave is the new pickup for the Flyers as he came over from Minneapolis. So that'll be interesting to see what we get. out of this new Flyers roster, but also this new Steelhawks roster. Will the move pay off, or will it be all for naught? Because you invested so much time into finding a replacement for your player, all for it to just not work out. But these two teams right now, in standings, sitting in a pretty decent spot as Fargo's in 7th, and the Flyers are in 4th. But the Flyers are getting dusted right now by the Fargo Steelhawks.
What a pass by Link. The pickup instantly, just making a difference within the first minute of the first game. It takes so much time and coming out of the midfield, gets a flip reset to beat 2 defenders on the backboard, and just makes it so free for his teammate Wendy. That was so nice. Well done by Link. That was incredible. Man, yeah, Link trying to keep it going, high flying. D-Boot able to get it back out. Dave gets a nice demo at the midfield, gives a lot of space to his team. Rayo trying to take it back middle, able to get one hit. No, not quite. A little bit off on his touch. Link taking a little bit of control, doesn't quite make contact. Windy back up to Link. Link doesn't go up on the backboard. I would have loved to see that one. Windy not able to get that one low enough to make it a shot. Debu, big clear for his team. No one there to receive, but at least it's out of their half. Link can't quite make contact middle. Windy able to get the big 50 for his team. Debu coming right back on the other end. Rayo, nice control from Rayo. Doesn't quite keep it on the front of his car for that next hit though. Debu back into the midfield. A little bit of midfield play from these two teams right now after that first goal from Link. Rayo gets dunked by Carl. Carl back into the middle. No one there to receive. Still trying to keep a little bit of control here as he gets it back to the middle. Dave able to clear it harmlessly into the corner and into the midfield again.
This game about halfway over. Still just the Fargo one goal for them. The only goal of the series so far is Rayo is going to sit on the ball. So for the preset gets it off the backboard as no one from the Flyers are willing to take it. Dave not going to be able to get on the ball as Link wants one more, has it off the backboard. Windy, can he follow up? And I like the dynamic between Windy and Link so far, as Carl's kind of been, the defensive line, has 3 saves in this game, is able to scramble back, look for an infield pass as a part of that Brainerd victory from last season that made it all the way to the grand finals, ended up following to this very franchise. And he finds himself battling them again, Clash. But obviously different roster and a different season so far for them. They're 4-1. And they do make a roster change, and I was questioning Prussia messaging me, asking me about what the availability of my 3rd round pick was. And I'm like, dude, you're 4-1. Why are you making a change? And yeah. I mean, it's because Dave wanted to play with them. And so far in this game number 1, it might work out here for Debu, but he can't make contact.
Yeah, it's always tough making a roster move when you're up. Oh my goodness, Link couldn't quite get that one on target. It looked like it was open. He also had a teammate midfield, but he couldn't quite get it there either. Just not able to keep it fast enough. But yeah, it's always interesting making a roster move when you're doing well. But sometimes in order to stay ahead of the other teams, you have to move with them. These teams that are making a roster move, most of the time, it is beneficial for the team. Not always. Sometimes you think it might work and then it just doesn't, or sometimes the team is kind of forced to with certain situations, but the majority of the time when a team makes a move, it is beneficial for that team. So when you're ahead and you don't make a move, sometimes you kind of fall back a little bit. Sometimes you fall in the standings. There's some team, some super team maybe, that jumps ahead of you, and Flyers are kind of staying ahead of that, making this move. Obviously, it is a risk because they were doing well already, but if it does work out, I mean, then hats off to Prussia, because he's a bigger brain than the rest of us, I guess.
Yeah, he's got it figured out more than anyone. There's about 15 seconds left. Debu off the backboard, looking for one more pass. Rayo's there, and he's gonna slam it to the back of the net. And we'll have that shot on target, and about 11 seconds left, Clash. And they're doing pretty darn well as they're able to tie up this game and, cut the lead and down to nothing as we are going to go into game number 5. and or game number 5. Game number 1. We're gonna go to overtime. What am I talking about? Sorry, I was looking. I was looking. I was pulling up a different application because I was about to pull up the NFL draft on my phone just so I can see who the Vikings are selecting. But yeah, the NFL draft just started. Yeah, more important things than MCS. No. The MCS is more important than the NFL draft. Oh boy, Carl and Link and Wendy all trying to find the back of the net. Carl, no boost. Gonna find Link midfield. They both come in. 15 seconds left. Clash. Or 15 seconds in, excuse me. I cannot function at this point as Fargo had a couple chances early in this overtime.
Yeah, my little ramble session earlier really brought down the time, huh?
Indeed, it did.
But yeah, we're into overtime and 30 seconds in, a bit of a stalemate. Steelhawks are a little over each other right now. Wendy trying to take a little bit of solo play here into the corner, just killing so much time for his team to get in position. He's trying to recover though. Carl is back. He's going to be able to get this clear very easily. Well done by Carl there. Great positioning. Link. Nice little 50 there. It might not look like a great 50 because it went backwards, but his teammate being behind him, that was a great play and great 50 to get it to where his team is playing. I love plays like that where it might not look good to someone who doesn't really realize what's going on, but yeah. But a very smart play makes it gives the opportunity to your team that wouldn't be there otherwise without it looking a little dangerous. So well done by Carl there as Debu is trying to play in the midfield, gets the boost spawn right on top of him. That was very nice for him. Carl trying to get the shot on target, beats Rayo coming out of the corner. That was just speed coming from him in the corner, and well done by Carl again. Rayo maybe could have gone a tiny bit earlier, but just caught super awkward trying to shadow defend there.
And Carl and the boys loving that as they will find the back of the net. And the Steelhawks will win game number 1, 7 shots for Carl, 6 for Rayo. So the two top players in the lobby really showing out for their team. But it's Carl who gets the last laugh. 683 points in this game number 1. And a huge start for him as he is fired up, obviously, in the cams along with his full team. Yeah. They made a move. And they're sticking to their move. They're happy that they got the player that they wanted, and they'll happily take a game 1 win.
Yeah, Carl all over the field there. He had 7 shots, the most shots on his team, and he had the most saves. He had 4 out of his team's 7. So Carl all over the field, but we can't forget that pass by Link early on to get them that first goal. That was such a good play by Link, pulling out the two defenders off the backboard. Well done by all of Steelhawks there. A very solid game 1. Flyers not far behind though. It was only 1 goal game. They can recover this. It's only 1 game. They just need to figure out a way to stop Carl and Link doing their thing.
As Carl and Link and really all 3 of them. Wendy was involved a ton as we get into game number 2. Fargo up by 1 to start, as Link is the new pickup for Shraxel. Shraxel moving to free agency. I don't know did he get picked up by somebody? I'm trying to think of if he did or not. So I don't think he did.
I'll let you keep talking as I look through the sheet really quick.
Let's go. Let's go, Clash. Yeah. What a goat.
Have at it.
I want to say that he got picked up. I'm not sure, but in other news, the Mankato Atlas do sweep the Chicago Jungle 3-0. So Mankato getting a win for them, a big win for them, as that will put them up to 4-2 on the season, and we'll send Chicago back down to 2-4 for the night. But those guys played just a couple minutes ago, and that one ending off as a win for Mankato. But Green Bay do get a forfeit win, indeed, against Bloomington. So they are 6-0. And I forgot to say, Clash, that they are 6-0, but that is all they're going to be because it's a single header. Sorry about us saying that they're going to be 7-0, but regardless, they'll be 7-0 hopefully next week. That's when they'll get to play their 7th. But actually not next week. Actually not next week, because we have a bit of a break after this week. Then we play a big doubleheader on May 16th. And then we have May 23rd being the major number 1. That first split major starts. It's a giant single elimination bracket. It's everyone for themselves as Carl slams the ball to the back of the net, and he is fired up for the Steelhawks.
Oh man, that all started with some super awkwardness by the Flyers. When that goal went in right there, every single player on the Flyers was 0. Not 12, not 5 boost, they were 0 boost. They were so starved on that back line. Well done by the Steelhawks, but they also did it to themselves a little bit. They bumped each other on the back line, almost let a free one in themselves. The Flyers need to figure out their defense right now because Steelhawks looking dangerous, but it's made easy, so much easier by the Flyers themselves not being on the same page on the back line.
About 3 minutes left here, and we're looking at this series as a 1-0 lead for the Steelhawks in the game and the series, as the Flyers trying to get their balance. As you know, they made that move, and I mean, honestly, I thought Iwu was doing great for them, and even Watermelon Man when he did play. I don't remember if he did play a couple games or not. I have to ask Iwu on that, but even then, I was really, honestly pleased with the Flyers, whatever former roster they had, whoever was their third. They were playing some great Rocket League, but so far it's been quiet for them, Clash. Debu especially, somebody that I know can step up for sure and get fired up for the Flyers. Yeah. Made land last season with Chicago, now finds himself on the championship team that he lost to, and he's gonna obviously want to get going, but 2 minutes still left in this game, and the Flyers only got to find one, and they're finding some bumps and demos, playing physical to start.
Yeah, I remember Debu on that jungle squad. They were probably, if not the most hype team at that LAN. They popped off every single time that they scored. Just so hype every time they scored. So I'd love to see that. Carl, though, really challenging that title as he's going crazy too in the cams every time that the Steelhawks score. So yeah, this two very hyped teams, but in order for the Flyers to get hyped, they're going to need to be scoring, and they're not doing so right now. It looks like they've figured out their defense a little bit at least, but they still need to get that one. Right now, the Steelhawks are up 1-0, as you said, in both the game and the series. 1 minute left. Here we go. Debu into the midfield. Big 50 by Debu. That was huge. Rayo tries to catch it. A little awkward on his angle. Not able to get the touch he wanted. Even on 0 boost, though, gets the clear out. Debu, back line defense, easy clear. Tries to get it up to Rayo. A little awkward from the Flyers. That is just going to be open. And, oh my goodness, that just got hit so hard straight into the crossbar. We don't need to talk about that one, Wendy, and we'll move on. Dave able to clear that one out. Oh my goodness, that was the most open net I could have seen. 30 seconds left. They really needed that one.
Definitely. Would have been huge for their mental, for really both teams. Is Windy. Big save from him. Debu off the backboard. Maybe follows his own touch. The Link gets a touch and gets it away from Dave as Rayo. We'll put this on target. It is saved by Carl. Huge play from him as he'll turn it away. 11 seconds left. Debu looking infield, and Windy gonna maybe have the clear with 5 seconds left. Rayo's got to do some work. He can't get it done. Link, it's gonna bounce, and I think I played the music early, but regardless, it doesn't matter, as Fargo will go up 2-0, and they're making quick work of the St. Cloud Flyers.
Yeah, the matches are close. They're super close. The 1-goal games, obviously, but play style wise, I don't know. The Steelhawks look strong.
They do,
and the Flyers look a little.
They look like their wings are clipped. They look like their wings are clipped, and the Steelhawks have just shed their skin, and they've blossomed into a beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful butterfly, yes.
As Carl will put up 565 points, and the Steelhawks only need to find one clash. That's all they needed, and they kept the Flyers out of the back of the net. That is tough to do.
Yeah, that should have been 2-0 for the Steelhawks, but regardless, they get the dub there. Yeah, I'm looking at that back line defense for the Flyers.
It's huge.
They're all over each other.
Yeah,
they're all over each other
it's bad right now.
They double commit they're double committing very badly. The goal that Carl had, and what should have been a goal for Windy was a bit of a double commit on that defensive line. They have to figure out those comms. They have to figure out those rotations because Flyers are not looking strong on the defensive line. Other than that, this is a very even series, but that defensive line, it's just the defensive line from the Flyers that's the difference right now. They need to figure it out.
As this game, we're going to hop into game number 3. God, I can't keep track of the games. It literally says it on the top of the screen, and I just lost today. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I mean, honestly, 450, a lot of time left. Why am I even saying the time? We got 5 minutes. We still got plenty of time for the Flyers to get going, and I have faith that they will get going. I think that those 2 games were kind of flukes, and they're giving Steelhawks some life just to put their foot down and stomp the life out of them. As Debu wants more of this Steelhawks defense, who have kept them, kept Flyers really in check in this series so far, kept them off the scoreboard in that second game, and that is not easy to do with how loaded this Flyers team is talent-wise. They've looked good all season long when it comes to finding the back of the net, and they have not had games where they've been shut out completely like that. And the Steelhawks showing their strength with this new pickup as Link will find the infield pass, and Windy, he's been kind of a silent killer for me, Clash. He's done a lot of good, dirty work for this Steelhawks team, and
absolutely,
it's really breaking this Flyers back.
Yeah, Carl and Link are doing the more flashy stuff, but you cannot forget about that. And I know it's not the 3rd round, or maybe he is the 3rd round pick. I don't believe he is, though. You can't forget about that 3rd man, though, that holds it all together. If they're not rotating well, if they're not holding where they need to be on the field, it can seriously cripple a team. So yeah, Windy doing so much off the ball and keeping his team super relevant. Carl trying to take this up, not quite able to get the hit. That might have been open, but it was going to be difficult getting the power either way. Dave tries to get a little bit of solo play, but lost the ball. Windy not able to make contact. That would have been a big play for them. Rayo trying to play a little bit solo, going down for the 50. Probably going to just stay on this one right now. Plays it backwards. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Dave able to get that cleared, though. Debu plays it out from his car. Carl, oh, what an infield pass. Well done by the Steelhawks there. Able to take advantage of the Flyers again. No one coming at that ball when it was coming through the midfield. It looked like they were both 0 again. I'm not sure exactly how they were 0 on that back line, but that infield pass was so perfect. Even with the boost, I'm not sure if Flyers would have been able to do much about it.
That was disgusting from Link, and seeing this Link, you got to wonder, how in the heck was Brainerd 0-5? What was going on with that roster? But personally, I think Link I don't know if he was playing. I'm pretty sure that Brainerd was having to play with a sub most of the often. I'm not sure Link was able to make games. Maybe Ori has more information. As Link continues to be a problem for this St. Cloud Flyers defense, Clash, they literally cannot slow down this Fargo offense.
They're finding the gaps. So, like, yeah, Flyers are leaving openings. They're not always huge, though. That one, it had to be a perfect touch by Link there. And it was. That was the difficulty of that hit. It's hard to put into words, but that was such a beautiful touch coming off the sidewall, getting every bit of power possible, and just putting it straight on target, finding that opening. Steelhawks are up by 2 now, and they are up by 2 in the series as well. And Flyers haven't shown much of anything so far this series. It's been somewhat close, but because of their defense, they haven't been able to get any games. Only 1 goal so far this series. Flyers need something here as they try to get one on target. Carl able to clear that out. Windy following it up. Great follow-ups. Great team plays by the Steelhawks. It's keeping them in the lead 2-0 right now.
It has been an uphill battle for this Flyers team to climb, Clash. They've been climbing that mountain the entire series, and all the Steelhawks have done is just kick them down it and really stomp their face into them. As the Flyers with about 70 seconds left in this game number 3. They got to find the back of the net. They got to do it twice. And Davis, no boost. And Carl is going to confirm it, pretty much putting the dagger through the Flyers' hearts, as that is a 3-0 advantage. And all for naught, it is going to be a Flyers loss, unfortunately, as the Steelhawks in complete control of this series clash.
No, it's not technically out. Yeah, I don't see a way that they bring it back. It's possible, but I'm not going to say it's impossible, but man, like every time that they're getting pressed on defense, every time that goal goes in, they're 0 boost. The Flyers had nothing again on the back line. You saw, I believe it was Dave, try to get the clear on the back wall, and there's another one. Steelhawks just showing off at this point, getting the 4th goal, making it super simple. Dave jumps, thinks Link is going high, Link goes low. Free goal again for him. The back line of Flyers are not holding, and the Steelhawks, I'm going to confidently say it, will take this series 3-0. And at this point, we just got 45 seconds of clock to kill as we talk about how good the Steelhawks played.
Yeah, they're playing great. As Wendy wants more, has the shot bar down as the Steelhawks are pouring it on. They don't want to let them even breathe, as the Flyers, unfortunately, gonna fall victims to having to deal with this unreal play from the Steelhawks. They look revitalized off of this change, and to think they're beating a 4-1 team, and they're making them look like they don't even deserve to be in the same league. As the Steelhawks are 3-2, they're going to move to 4-2. They will tie that Flyers record at 4-2, and that's huge for them because they can climb into the top 5 with this win. That is absolutely massive for the Fargo Steelhawks. They understand it. They rose to the occasion all series long. They're going to win this one in 3 in a quick clean sleep. We didn't really put our predictions, and we didn't really need to, because I definitely would not have bet on this, as the Steelhawks are going to fly over the Flyers.
I went with 4 for Steelhawks. I thought the Flyers would put a little bit more in. I think you said you agree.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But either way, Steelhawks showed that they were so dominant. I am very impressed with Link. He came onto this team as obviously the pickup. He hadn't played with this team much before he got picked up because he wasn't on this team. So him doing as well as he has, I'm still going back to that game 1 pass that he had to the middle. Flip reset to beat the last 2 defenders. He is showing off, and Carl, with so many goals this series, Wendy being that supportive player, being where he needs to be. Steelhawks are unrelenting. I would hate to play them in any future games. Orgs, watch out if you're playing the Steelhawks in any of these future weeks. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, that's what I would say too, Clash. Yeah, good luck. That's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a lot of good luck, as the Steelhawks are going to sweep their series win, and we are going to throw it back to us very, very quickly. But Clash, I went out on the screen. Oh yeah, because I had to DC my cam for internet purposes. But regardless, I'll bring it back up because I'm right here. What's good? Yes, sir. As Clash, I appreciate it as always for you joining me, my friend. With some great games, and I look forward to. Obviously, we got a break after this week, so no Rising Star action for a couple weeks, but we'll pick it back up in May, and we'll have some more Rising Star action. But for now, that was only our second series of the night. We have got 2 more, and the Inferno Lumberjacks going to kick off in just a bit. We're going to throw it to a very, very short break. Sorry for a little bit of delay, ladies and gentlemen, but Iwu, the winner tonight, has joined me on the desk for a couple of matches left. A couple more to go. Infernal Steelhawks coming up, and I forgot that I have this because I can show you the series that we're on. As Iwu, your team obviously took a dub. Huge for you guys, you know, as you're able to move up into 6th at 3-2, feeling pretty good on the season. But we've got one team that is 4-1 in the Lumberjacks, and another team that is on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Inferno, 1-3 on the season, Iwu, and they just made a huge roster transaction. They send a player down from Challenger, they release a player, and then they also trade a player with Omaha. So they have a completely different roster. Can they turn it around?
Yeah, definitely. I think on paper it's one of the stronger teams in Rising Star. Maybe not the start they wanted, but I like a change, and they want to get that going tonight, get some momentum for the major coming up soon. And I think always bringing a player down from a tier above, it's always an improvement no matter who it is. And I think they're going to take it tonight, even with Bemidji being such a strong team. I think this new Burnsville roster is really going to show us something.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously starting lineups for each team, Slay Panther, Jake, and Paul. So you have got Jake, who's the only long-standing player from their drafted team. They bring Slay Panther down, and they bring Paul in from Omaha in a trade. So it'll be interesting, Iwu, to see what they do. But CT Nivlak, Not Rixon, and Bendy Straw, and this is Bemidji 4-1. They are playing with a sub, so it should be fairly interesting. They don't have their full roster, and the player they are indeed missing is I have it right here. It is indeed Fiddlesticks, who they did pick up as their third, but they're not playing with him tonight. They're playing with somebody different. Iwu, I'll just show the schedule for a quick second. This is the third series of the night. One more after this will feature a good one, but this one going to be a good one. Iwu, what is your prediction for this series?
Bemidji playing with that sub. I think I'm going to take Burnsville. I'll take Burnsville in 4.
I'm going to go Burnsville in 3. I feel like this is going to be another clean sweep, and we're going to get spicy right into it as we are going to load up the series, reset that score to 0. Game number 1 on up as Inferno, with their new roster, one player remaining from that drafted team. Will he be the difference, or will the two players that are new shine? As I guess you could say Jake is the difference, because so far he's the first one and the only one to score.
Yeah, the old guard and Jake getting the first goal 10 seconds in. It was a good pass from Slay Panther and a good start for Burnsville. And I mean, we'll see. Maybe just caught Bemidji a bit off guard. We know, I mean, they've been very good this season, and playing with a sub, you know, maybe it makes it a bit worse. But let's let them settle into this game 1 here, as it has been all Burnsville so far, as that one rattles the backboard.
Touch is going to go off the backboard once again. Bendy Straw will have it away, as CT Nivlak will have the clear. And Not Rixon will be the one to put it away, as the Lumberjacks looking to clear their lines. Jake is going to get that corner boost and, you know, use some of that boost, but we'll kind of lose the ball. This is tough, as Slay Panther's going to have to bail him out. CT Nivlak towards the middle of the field will be cut out by Paul, and that's like kind of an open net, and Slay Panther can't get around it. Would have liked to have that one in the back of the net, but can't put it through. And 4 minutes left still, and Bemidji got to be thanking their lucky stars that they are not down 2-0.
Yeah, Bemidji definitely seems a bit overconfident. That was just a straight triple commit. Ball's banged downfield. Paul has the easiest shot of his life, and it'll be 2-0 for Burnsville. It was just banged away. I guess it is Rickson. I thought it was Ryan, but I guess you're right. And they're just kind of all playing that midfield. They all want to go for the ball. There's only one ball, fellas, and you gotta space out a bit. We'll see as we head into about the midpoint of this game. Burnsville have looked like an entirely new team. Slay Panther trying to get it back to Jake, and Bendy's trailed down, but there's just no one there. It's banged all the way down. Rickson will have to get the touch. He will. That's nice. Ooh, not looking like a sub with that touch. As Bendy Shaw and him collide in the corner. Very awkward. Burnsville looking to start the offense again. A good pass down from Paul. Slay Panther out of the play for a bit. Jake just goes, no shot on. And Burnsville's rotations have looked a lot more solid. Like they've been playing together for a long time.
And Slay Panther, you know, I like that he moved himself down because he's seen a ton of success in Rising Star, has been on some of the better teams in the history of Rising Star, and overall has been very, very solid for any time he's been in Rising Star with St. Paul in the past, with Burnsville in the past too, has made LAN win Rising Star, and he's got a good roster here with Jake and Paul. And Paul last season made LAN, and Jake a newcomer to the league. And I have to admit though, this Bemidji team is kind of underwhelming at this moment. They are not playing insane Rocket League, because as I say that, Bendy Straw will have that shot and we'll find the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, Bemidji finds one. Nothing too special there. I mean, open that for Bendy Straw, a good shot with good placement. And maybe that sparks some life into it. I still don't feel like they're playing like a 4-1 team at the moment. But we'll see. Still got about 2:25 to play. Want to see CT turn up a little bit. He's my guy to watch. Under 100 points so far. He launches at middle. Slay Panther doing it all for Burnsville at the moment. He's been crucial. Maybe not doing everything on the stat sheet, but he's been where you need it to be. It's a good bump. It's a shot, and it's in for CT. Speak his name, and he delivers. We're tied at 2.
Huge play for Bemidji, and CT, the vet, stepping up. Won Rising Star last season, was hoping to go Chow, finds himself again in Rising Star and not able to make his way out, as the Lumberjacks will come back from 2 and are able to get back as a huge touch for them, as they get about 2 minutes left and we're tied at 2 with Paul on the press on offense. Huge clear from CT. Can't catch out Slay Panther, who has it into that corner. And game number 1 is hit a bit of a lull, Iwu. We're kind of in the stages of who is going to make the little mistake that loses them this game 1. Because overall this season, in my experience on stream, game 1s have been huge. I mean, the teams that have won game 1 have gone on to really, do well in the series. Obviously, you guys proved that wrong in your series, but overall this season, stream has not lied when it comes to who wins game 1. A lot of the times we've seen it, done in 4 or done in sweeps. As a huge save from CT comes out. Another infield pass as Inferno will be stifled on offense.
Yeah, I mean, what I can say, I just like to be different. Losing games 1 more is more fun that way. But
just make it closer.
For Bemidji, they've looked, a little bit underwhelming. They've looked better as we've gotten into this, I guess you can call it like a neutral part of the game where both teams are just kind of jockeying for position. Slay Panther had the double red, but it was cut out. Jake towards the middle, nothing there. And the offense that we were seeing from Burnsville early in this game came a lot from more Bemidji's mistakes. Rexon slams it off the crossbar. Bendy Straw miss. CT has to race back. Does not get the bump, but he does force Jake off. And CT, not the greatest flick. What a touch away. And we take under 30 seconds. Slay Panther is looking for demos. It puts Paul last back. He gets a good just beat straight up. Slay Panther off the sidewall. Nothing there. And yeah, I think the mistakes from Bemidji helped Burnsville look so dominant. But they weren't forcing, but Burnsville's not forcing the mistakes. They're benefiting off them. I think that's something they need to try and get more of. The net's open. Can Paul get around it? Paul for the dagger. Burnsville wins game 1.
And Paul, at 0 seconds, will get the bounce to go his way. We'll get that goal to go to the back of the net. And the Inferno will take game number 1 in 0-second fashion. They're able to catch out that defense. As Bemidji kind of get caught. I mean, Bemidji is 4-1 on the season. They've been doing pretty good overall in offense, on defense as well. But honestly, them playing with a sub is, it's not a big issue for them. But they're coming off of a 1-1 week. They did take their first loss last week to an interesting opponent in the Duluth Superiors, who are currently second to last. And I don't know if Bemidji played with a sub back then or if CT was not there. Somebody could enlighten us on that. But overall, a little bit interesting as far as this game 1 goes, Iwu.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to say Bemidji beat themselves in that game would be a bit of a understatement. I absolutely gifted Burnsville that game. All 3 goals coming off overcommits and just leaving the net open. Want to see a change? Maybe don't take as many risks. I think it's just a philosophy thing. Don't get scored on this much. You're gonna win. The goals will happen. It's,
Yeah, the goals will come. Yeah, it's about defense at this point. The goals will come. You just got to not worry about scoring a million goals. I think overall you'd be better suited to focus on your defense and able to get the season stopped. But overall, you got the Inferno and the Lumberjacks hanging on as in the game number 2, and nobody able to find an insane touch yet. But the Inferno, obviously with the advantage, they have to think that maybe they could have played a little bit better offense in that game number 1. They had the Lumberjacks on the ropes the whole time and had them really shut down, and the Lumberjacks really had to crawl their way back into it even when they were able to do so, but could not confirm the game. And at 0 seconds, it was all Burnsville.
Yeah, I want to know how much of a mental difference losing on 0 seconds really does take, especially, I mean, it's game 1. It's not like it's the end of the series or anything, but game 1, we know they're crucial, especially on stream with the nerves. As Paul looking for the dribble, looking for the flick, and this man Paul is a demon.
He's on a mission. Obviously, coming over from Brainerd Iwu last season, has definitely looked interesting for sure, and has looked to be like a problem for the Burnsville Bemidji, too many B's, Bemidji defense to handle, and they so far have not slowed him down, and he's really not the guy that I was thinking would be the problem here for the Inferno. I really thought Slay Panther would be the issue, but it's really Slay Panther enabling Paul to be the problem, and Paul is definitely rising to that task, and Jake really just filling in the holes, doing a good job of keeping his team on offense when they want to be. And Ibu, in your experience in Rising Star, do you feel like it's the backboard defense that gets teams, or do you feel like it's the overextensions?
I feel like the backboard's been pretty safe most of the year. I really think it's those overextensions, and it's just you catch one guy out. And speaking of, Slay Panther gets a second goal for Burnsville off that kind of exact thing. Rickson went for the ball. He was just beat. Bendy Straw, I don't think he expected that, and it's 2-0. But I think overextending in defense is definitely the biggest cause of how you get scored on, and that's something every team I've done has been working on, just shoring up the defense. A good defense wins you games more than a good offense does, in my opinion.
I agree. A good team defense, a good team defense will really be a problem for any offense to deal with if they're really structured, if they don't double commit, if they really find any touch that they need to, they're able to get out of their half, they're able to do it calmly and not freak out on anything. As CT Nivlak gets the pass midfield from Bendy Straw. And those two have been lethal all season long, and they're going to continue on as they cut this game in half. And 2-1 advantage still for Burnsville.
Yeah, CT with a good goal. I would like to see Bemidji maybe score first for once and stop having to chase these games, because it's Bendy Straw a miss there, and because every mistake now, Burnsville just able to waste time, and you have to play so much better because you have to score. And I mean, Bemidji has not shown that level to me tonight, besides maybe one play. And I mean, Burnsville looks like a well-oiled machine. Even if Bemidji's giving them goals, I feel like this game, more so than game 1, they've been able to force the mistakes that just benefit off Bemidji not playing well.
Wow.
And Paul, oh my goodness.
He's not slowing down, Iwu. He wants every single part of this Bemidji Lumberjacks defense. He is tearing them to shreds and is not allowing Bemidji any way out. As we have got 2 minutes left. Inferno up 3-1 in this game number 2, and leading the series 1-0. If you're just joining us, I'm with Iwu. It's Stewie like usual. It's we are bringing you some Rising Star action and some Rocket League action from Midwest Championship Series. As we find ourselves on a random Thursday night in April, April 25th, 2024. It's crazy to say that we're already in 2024, and I kind of imagine you know what that sparks me. I gotta look up Rocket League's release date, because it's July 7th of 2015. I mean, you got to think in about a year and a couple months, we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of this game.
Okay, Unc.
I'm sorry, I'm old. I haven't had the game for like 10 years, 9 years now. I'm just an old person, Ewu. You're a young buck, aren't you?
I don't even know. I'm 21.
Oh, you are okay. Yeah, you are 21. I'm 20. Yeah. Okay, you're just as old as I am. So you get it. You understand that it makes sense. As Jake is going to put on a fifth, and the Inferno are really just piling it on. They are making mincemeat out of this Lumberjacks defense.
Yeah, I think some people might call it an upset. Not us. We both predicted this.
Yeah, don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, it's no reverse sweeps here, guys. But
No, we don't do that.
Game two's probably go to the way of Birdsville, and they have turned the pressure on. Finally, they're just decimating Bemidji. It helps with Paul being as good as he is on offense. He just feels like he's in the right place at the right time. Paul looking for a second touch. The 50. Ooh, that would have been nasty.
Oh,
what is happening?
no.
No.
Oh, it's all but. Oh boy,
man.
that is a mental check right there. Oh, poor Rickson is gonna bump Mendistra into that, and yeah, that's tough. But hey, as they say, stuff happens. Yes, you can't really do much about that. But 45 seconds left, and the Inferno up 6-1 in this game number 2. They have really taken. I'm just gonna shut up.
Man.
That's
Play
Brazil.
the music. We're going to Brazil.
We might as well just play the music. I might as well just get like a Brazilian song of like, play Tequila or something like that, or I don't know.
Oh man.
Just gonna drink my water and just hang out here for 38 seconds. Ewu. I want to see if the Lumberjacks can find a goal and break the Brazil, or if the Inferno gets it. If they understand, like, hey, we don't need to score anymore. We pretty much just, broken the Camel's back like 8 times.
Well, to nobody's surprise, Paul is outscoring Bemidji in the first 2 games.
By
I feel
himself.
Yep, by himself. As it is with. Oh man.
They're going for
broke
the record
Brazil.
of this season. I don't know how many goals, the most amount of goals that have been scored. If somebody knows, and feel free to drop it in chat. But they're going for the record for how many goals you can score in a game in this season. But how many goals does Paul have? Because he's got to have about 8 at this point. Same with Jake. But I want to see this stat sheet at the end of the game. It has got to be filled with Inferno. But Slay Panther's looking for one more, maybe 9. Yeah, how about 9? Jesus, Martha.
I don't really know what to say. I always kind of try to play it fair and be like, Bemidji, you can do this better. But not gonna lie, guys.
I think they've moved on.
Good.
Yeah,
How do you even recover from this?
you don't.
I've never been beat this bad.
It's
10?
Oh
10?
please.
Oh.
I want to see what happens when we get to double digits on the scoreboard. We haven't had that yet, but we will have 9 from the Inferno in game number 2 as they blow out the Lumberjacks. 767 points from Paul. Every single player from the Inferno has a hat trick. There is 6 assists between 2 players, and they end the game with 14 shots. They put up 9 goals. This is a historic game from the Birdsville Inferno.
Yeah, they only have 1 save though, so maybe play some defense.
Yeah, play some
guys.
defense. Trash cans.
Yeah, I mean, not just an offensive game, guys. But that's what they're trying to play. They just basically cut the field in half.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
I mean, this would be I think this would be an all-time comeback if Bemidji somehow forces this to game 5.
Yes, it would, Ewu. We're nearing the territory of how in the world is this Inferno team allowed to be put together? My God, I can't even I can't even fathom what just happened. I want to give the Lumberjacks hope. I do, guys, but jeez, you just give up 9 goals. I mean, it's hard for me to give you hope when you look like a JV basketball team that's playing the #1 team in the country. As I have, you know what? Screw it. I have faith in CT Nivlak and the boys to really bring it back. I feel like we could see the Lumberjacks come back, but if they come back from this, I will never put any doubt in that Bemidji franchise anymore, because this would be a monumental turn of events if they can get it done. But Paul and the Inferno want nothing to do with that as they look to press and continue their scoring streak. They have scored 12 goals in 2 games so far in this series. They put up 3 in the first one, 9 in the second one. They're looking to continue the offensive juggernaut performance that is this.
Yeah, I mean, Burnsville looked absolutely disgusting. I've played with Jake in a couple combines, and I'm not very surprised to see him doing this. He's an animal. As they just triple commit for fun. This has to be a goal. CT won't find it. Didn't have the power. And I also do have faith in Bemidji to at least get a game. I feel like they can do it. CT is my guy. He won Rising Star for me, dude. I got the medal for it. Hell yeah, that's my guy. Him, T-Jack, and AK. I need it. Those are my goats. And they're gonna... Bemidji's winning game 3. Maybe like 5-1.
5-1, really? You think they're going to go from scoring 9 goals to only scoring 1?
Yep.
That would be very
Defensive
surprising.
masterclass.
I feel like Bemidji has got to find another level if that's to happen. Because the Burnsville Inferno are literally running them over. How is that not in? The post is going to save the Lumberjacks. Yeah, he couldn't hit the shot there, as Jake won't be able to put that one away, but the demo came in from Slay Panther, and good play from Carl to leave it. As unfortunate as the Inferno would be up 1 if it wasn't for that lucky Bemidji post. We'll keep them out, but still, CT wants a little bit from this Inferno defense. Is going to put that shot on target. Will be saved by Paul. And Paul wants revenge from the grand finals from season 8. He feels like he deserved that medal and that CT didn't. But I think overall, this series is probably more on the focus of his mind.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just going based off this series, I think Paul might have honestly deserved that medal. He's going crazy. Bemidji prayed to the post or something, the post god, because they were getting very lucky to start this game 3, as I was 15 away. But maybe I might be wrong. Bendy Strong, another good save, and the Burnsville offense does not take any breaks. A very scary team it seems to go up against at the moment. I mean, Bemidji's one of the top teams in Rising Star, and they're getting treated like they're the 1-3 team. It's incredible from what we see from Burnsville today.
Indeed, as 2 minutes left, and the Inferno looking to press, get 1 on the board. Maybe they can get it done, but Jake is going to have that monster clear downfield for Paul. Paul on the touch. That's going to go midfield. Anyone for any Inferno to get is a huge clear from Bendy Straw comes out. Slay Panther. Maybe one more touch. Going to find the sidewall. Jake's there for the pre-flip. This is awkward now. Slay Panther off the backboard. Has CT beat, and Paul does not able to commit right away. As the clear comes out from the Burnsville Bemidji defense, and they're able to get out for now with 1.5 minutes left, and they have kept Burnsville scoreless, which is something they definitely did not do in that game number 2. And they've risen to the task here in game 3. This is a different Bemidji defense.
Yeah, Bemidji look a lot better, and I also they still have gotten a couple good bounces in their favor, but they weren't getting a ton to go their way in the first 2 games, so maybe it's just karma catching up with them. As that one's banged off the backboard. Where's the follow up? It's not there. Paul was slow to it. CT beats him out. We go under a minute to play. Bemidji look a lot better, and game 3s are always tough when you're trying to sweep a team. I think those are the hardest games to win. As Paul, kind of a mistouch. Rickson will fire it off the backboard. A tough read for Slay Panther. He can't make it. And Bente Strong gives Bemidji the lead.
Sorry, I had a piece of ice in my mouth. As Bemidji will get that goal. And that is a great shot from the Lumberjacks as they will go up 1-0. And I'm reacting to the NFL draft right now because the Atlanta Falcons, after trading for a quarterback, just selected a quarterback in the first round, which is unreal to me. Yeah, they just picked a quarterback in the first round as NFL draft on the 9th pick right now for the Chicago Bears, I believe, as Paul will tie up the game and get the first for the Inferno in game 3. Beautiful infield pass idea from Bendy Straw, but it goes right to Paul, and CT running out of boost won't be able to make that save. The game tied at 1, and now Iwu, it is really all about the Inferno. Can they put this game to bed? They kind of are stealing it, and they're looking for the goal to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Bemidji have looked the better in this game 3, but that's not a good touch. Can Slay Panther find the net? It's a pass to Paul to the corner. 10 seconds left, looking for a couple last-second heroics again. Slams off the backboard. Slay Panther. 6 seconds left. And the Bemidji defense just crumbles.
Falls apart.
Oh,
the
man.
bump comes out. The clear isn't there. And that is tough sledding for this Bemidji defense, as they are likely going to drop this series in a sweep if they can't get it done. Paul is going to hit it down to the ground. The Inferno will rattle off back-to-back sweeps on the night, and the Burnsville Inferno are revitalized for season number 9.
Oh, man.
That was a performance and a half.
That was amazing. What a comeback in that game 3. Proving that Burnsville can get it done in any way possible. 0-second goal where it was tied. They dominate in game 2, and then they come from behind in game 3. Doing everything in that series and doing it very well and dominantly at that. So, I mean, it's what I predicted. I thought we were going to get at least one more game out of it.
I kind of cursed them.
What are your thoughts?
I kind of cursed them. I said Inferno in 3. I said they were going to come out hot off the change. They did. They really rose to the occasion, and that's the reason why they just completely dispatched the Lumberjacks in a very, very quick sweep. As they will push us, Iwu, to one final series on the night, and it's going to be the Derecho taking on the Senators. The Derecho, one of the top teams as well, 4-1 on the season so far. The Senators, on the opposite end of the spectrum, actually are sitting right now at 1-4, tied for second to last with the Duluth Superiors, and that's got to be a tough one for sure because, overall it's been a tough night for the teams that are the higher seeds. They've been getting beat all over. 2 4-1 teams just got back-to-back swept. And Iwu, times are changing in Rising Star for sure, as Des Moines is going to have their work cut out for them. But going to go back to us really, really quickly. And Iwu, what are you looking forward to in this series upcoming?
I think the records don't tell the full story. I believe that St. Paul has missed Caesar last week when we had our double headers, or whatever week that was. And
they're gonna have
I think
them
they're a better
tonight.
team. They don't, or they do.
They're gonna have them tonight.
Yeah, they're a much better team with them. Shocking, I know, but I think they can give Des Moines some problems. Des Moines are a very good team. I believe they made a change, but I think, I'll probably still pick Des Moines, but I think St. Paul should not be slept on.
I agree. I think overall it's going to be a fairly interesting series, but we're going to get to that one in just a bit. We're going to send it to a very, very short break, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more. So baby, let's orbit tonight.
Let me get funky.
Let's lose our mind.
Let me get funky. Let me get funky.
We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move.
You lift me off of the ground. I close my eyes and I wait for the come down. I used to live in the now. Now I'm wiser to think that we are bulletproof. Teens with thicker skin, now we just bruise. We were hopeless and we're hopeless now. But I remember we threw our fists in the air, singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care, and I remember, yeah, I remember. Now, but I remember we threw our fists in the air, singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care, and I remember, yeah, I remember. I remember
Sorry about the short delay, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for some more Midwest Championship Series, some more Rocket League action. This is our lowest league in Rising Star, but it is one of our most competitive. It is one of our most insane leagues, and honestly, I'm super excited to see what we get out of this series. But still, me and Iwu going to hang on for another series. And Iwu, how you feeling? Because this next one's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, we got two teams on the different ends of the spectrum, and to say the least. Des Moines, one of the top teams in Rising Star. St. Paul, not really there, but they have been without Caesar for a bit, and see what he can bring back to this team, maybe find their form and pull off one of the bigger upsets on the night.
Indeed, and Senators obviously not doing well. Derecho doing well. Regardless, we're not going to mince words, and we're going to let them go. And I'm going to say Des Moines in 4. I feel like St. Paul is going to get a game, but again, Caesar has not been playing a ton, so obviously a challenger champion from last season. It's going to be fairly interesting overall to see what we get, but we're going to load into this game number 1, and Iwu, it's going to be a blast. Des Moines 4-1 on the season so far. St. Paul 1-4. Can they reverse their luck?
Definitely possible. Des Moines, a very good team, but I'm not going to pick in St. Paul's favor. I was hyping up a bit. I'm still going to take Des Moines, and I'll go 3. I just still think they're better, but I think St. Paul's show, I think it'll be competitive in these 3 games. A competitive sweep, something I've not had a ton of tonight, honestly.
We've had decimation on a different scale. We have had complete and utter insanity as far as what in the world are some of these teams doing on defense. As Caesar and St. Paul are going to have to play a little bit of defense. Seppi will have the clear Jaws on his back line. Des Moines and Jaws and Zoms. T-Jack, leader of them, played on St. Cloud last season, was a part of that legendary St. Cloud roster that ended up going on and winning the whole thing in Rising Star, part of the defending championship group that is no longer a part of St. Paul, or St. Cloud, excuse me. None of them allowed to be on the same team anymore, and he finds himself 4-1 to start the season, doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, for Des Moines, that one loss came in week 1 against Bemidji, where they did not have T-Jack, so undefeated since having the number 1 pick, and so I'd say they're probably the best team in Rising Star at the moment. That's just the T-Jack effect, I guess, what he does. And looking to add just another name to the list of teams they have destroyed so far.
As yeah, I'll let you take a look at that. As Des Moines last week did in fact don't have their previous matchups. Apologize for that. Had to change their thing, but did in fact win last week in a 4-game series over the Brainerd Victory, and also a 3-game sweep against the Minneapolis Miracles. So they are coming off of 2 solid wins. St. Paul, though, again, like you said, have been missing Caesar for a lot of the season. Have not seen him play a ton, and overall that's been a problem for him because they got swept by Green Bay last week, and they swept Hibbing last week. So Iwu, obviously you weren't on the roster yet, but where in the world did that come from? Caesar must have been playing in that series or something, because that was fairly interesting what happened last week for St. Paul, because they went 1-1.
You're not gonna lie, not my fault. So we'll
you
see.
You were there. yeah. Why would you care? You weren't even there. But
I don't know. Maybe I do think St. Paul is a slept-on team. We played good pass. T-Jack just missed. We played St. Paul when I was on St. Cloud, and without Caesar, and it's a completely different team when they do have them. They kind of play a bit unorthodox, kind of not really like any other Rising Star team I've played so far, and maybe that's something that, for better or for worse, is helping them. And I mean, they've had Des Moines locked up at 0-0 to start in game 1, and kind of a feeling out game. But T-Jack towards that Shig is awkward. Seppi will pop it high again. And I mean, St. Paul look up to the task tonight.
They look good. They look up to the task on defense, especially really doing a good job of shutting down this high-powered Des Moines offense. Really runs through T-Jack, but Zoms has been good all season long. Has been very good for this Des Moines team, and really stepping up, not letting T-Jack really have to carry the offensive load so much. But Zoms in that corner will win the 50 seconds left. Is we're looking for one goal for either of these teams to take the lead off the backboard.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, we're pretty much just looking for one goal. I think that's all it's going to take.
Yeah, after the 9-goal explosion we had in Game 2 of our last series, the goals seem to have ran dry for Rising Star tonight. As we take under 30 seconds, T-Jack in defense. Caesar just puts it into the corner. Looks for the bump. He does get it. Seppi off the backboard. Shig up. Can't find it down. They've just been assaulting T-Jack in the net as he bangs it downfield. Maybe that's a good strategy. Just make him as awkward as possible. What is happening? Shig just was used as a golf tee, but it's a breakaway. Caesar towards that. He missed it.
Oh, no.
Oh!
That one has got to find its way into the back of the net as the Senators will keel the ball down to the floor, and that one had to go. As
Oh,
the
no.
delayed
Not like
show,
this.
not like this. This Jaws is going to put it on the net as Caesar will make the save. Zoms toward the middle of the field. Is T-Jack there? He's not to take the shot. Nobody is. As Seppi will not be able to put it on target. Jaws will find the pass midfield about 20 seconds in, and not the best touch, and Shig just says, okay, good pass. So the Senators will clear this out. Seppi kind of catches the defense out, but he can't find the midfield pass, and Zoms will have the clear. Caesar has the touch, and we will continue overtime.
Yeah, I don't think either team actually wants to win this game, it seems like. 2 big missed chances to start in our last match of the night as Caesar just flips past the ball. Jaws downfield to T-Jack. T-Jack back to Jaws, the 50. Is just away. Zoms. Everybody I've talked to, when they talk about Zoms, it's always, he just loves to demo. Demo. He has not been able to do that. But maybe he's trying to change the fortune or the notion around his name today. Caesar not going to have to touch T-Jack off the backboard. Where's Zoms? Not there. He waits. 50 boost, pops it high. T-Jack and Caesar again. Jaws into his own corner, a bit awkward. Both players on top of a ball for Des Moines. They don't know who wants to go. Jaws will eventually. It's a fake. Zoms flips away. T-Jack towards net. Caesar the save. Oh, bit nervous there. Zoms towards the corner, just high. Caesar has to make another great save. He's been big for him, even with the missed open net. I feel like he's still been their best player.
Zoms trying to find a midfield pass. Caesar cuts it out. Huge challenge from Caesar as he will cut that defensive line in half and will remove any danger from happening as a touch overall for the Senators, trying to find some play going through as they got the offensive chance. A good 50 across as Caesar will go off the backboard to Rachel. Going to hold the defensive line for now. A good clear, kind of caught out St. Paul as Zoms is going to find the angle from nothing.
Get the protractors out. That is nasty. Oh, man. I mean, even if you're the defense, that's not even bad defense. He covered the net for the most part.
He covered the majority of the shot.
Yeah,
There was nothing really left.
Yeah.
Anything open was where he hit the ball, and he found the line that was open.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And if Des Moines can pop off at all 3 players, honestly around the same points, a well-oiled machine from them in game 1. I don't care how good, how much better Caesar makes your team. It's a long road to climb if St. Paul wants to take this game, because they only lost by a goal, but they were under pressure for most of that overtime. Really want to see them bounce back strong here in game 2.
Big touch overall as the Senators will be down in this series as Des Moines will start off game number 2 with a 1-0 advantage 9 seconds in, Iwu. They are not waiting.
Yeah. They heard the caster. They heard us.
Yeah, they did. Oh, for
And
sure.
We want some goals, and they're gonna give that to us. It was a good pass off the ceiling. Absolutely slammed it off. T-Jack keeps the touch awkward as Seppi flips kind of just around the ball. Zombs looking for it again. Can he get the touchdown? Caesar will clean that up as Jaws was demoed, waiting for the pass. T-Jack on the ball. No boost to his name. It's not gonna matter. Oh, almost fouled this. Nobody challenged. Jaws slams it off. T-Jack has to race back. Shig for the shot. T-Jack off the inside of his post. And it's away. Bang downfield. Seppi makes the touch. And the number one pick doing exactly what he needs to. The pinch away. And the one will have to reset his Jaws whiffs there. Zombs into his own corner. Good touch. I mean, Des Moines is just so aggressive on everything they do. In defense, on offense. I mean, a misfire there. Close for St. Paul. But the aggressive defense to where they're just sending it into their own corner and they're not waiting for the ball to bounce, giving no space at all. Jaws a good touch. T-Jack can't follow on no boost. Zombs there, gets the demo. It just creates more havoc. That's what they do. T-Jack just wide. Again, Shig jumps over the ball, gives a free touch to Zombs. He's awkward. It's a infield pass going nowhere. Caesar versus T-Jack. T-Jack will win the race. And they go back the other way. It's been all out aggression for Des Moines. And what do you think St. Paul have to do here, Stewie, to kind of control the tempo of play at their pace?
They got to play a little bit quicker. Stop giving up the ball. A lot of the times giving it up and allowing Derecho really to just get a free shot and a free offensive chance. As Des Moines is going to get caught here. Is Shig going to press forward, try and tie up the game for St. Paul? But yeah, it's just too many times of St. Paul getting caught with the ball in their hands, trying to do too much on it, and you might as well just let it happen. As overall, I think it's just better for the Senators to slow the play down and to stop giving Des Moines the ball, because like you said, Des Moines is giving them no time and no respect at all. They're challenging everything that they have a chance to get to. And in order to beat that, you gotta slow the game down and play around them, make them miss, make them come towards you. Because if they're willing to close down the gap, you can use your teammates and just hit it around them the whole game. As that touch is gonna go by the St. Paul defense, and 2 minutes to left. And overall, this Des Moines defense is playing some good Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, Des Moines are playing like their goal is the midfield. And it's a fake, and it's a double fake. Honestly, I don't know how that went in. But if you're a Des Moines fan, you take it. Shig with another okay in chat. Don't think you like that one too much.
Probably wasn't very happy about it. As I think he was expecting maybe one of his teammates to have the touch, or maybe just the missed shot was really what was throwing him off. As Des Moines are up 2 now, and a minute 50 left, and the Senators cannot find the back of the net. They're struggling to find a goal. And after that game 1, they've been really shut down, Iwu, on offense. They have not had a ton of offensive chances, and I really think overall they would be better suited to look for some physical plays, or to look and see what Des Moines is doing on offense to find the back of the net, because they do have the offensive talent, but their execution is just not there.
Yeah, I mean, St. Paul have looked, I don't know. I want to say, I don't think disappointing is the right word. Just a bit disorganized when they cross into the the Des Moines side. It's like they all kind of want to do the same thing, and nobody wants to be the initiator. Everybody wants to just finish, and it's leading to just a lot of the same thing where they try and funnel the ball through the corner and pass it mid. I mean, it works sometimes, but we're Rising Stars at a level where you have to be a bit more creative with that. That's what Des Moines have done for. That's how they got their second goal. It was a double fake, and that's a big dive from Des Moines, even up 2 goals. And that's that aggressiveness. They play defense through their offense, with as we go to 30 seconds. Caesar, the pitch downfield. It's going to be high. Jaws needs this touch. He'll get it. The shot from Shig. A good touch to beat one. And I know that didn't lead to a goal, but even the soft touch from Shig to just not boom it towards the net and slow it down just a bit. That's what I want to see more of from them in game 3. If they can't find anything, oh, Seppi. Oh man, it's not. It might not be.
It might not be St. Paul's night. It doesn't look like it. As Des Moines are going to leave that down on the ground, and a 2-0 advantage for Des Moines. They're making quick work of the St. Paul defense, and they're showing why they're so dominant this season. Iwu, why they've been having such a good season so far at 4-1, looking to go 5-1 on the season. Why they've been, so dominant in the offensive game, but also now on the defensive game, as they only have to put up 2 saves, as they need to get some more saves. They need to more saves. Obviously means you're playing better defense, right?
Yeah, for sure. Shig's internet is not looking great here. We'll see what happens there, but I don't know. I think that right here, just throw caution to the wind. Play as fast as you can. Be unpredictable. What do you have to lose? You haven't scored a goal. I don't want to be like too harsh, but something's got to change here in game 3 for St. Paul.
Yeah, something offensively for me has to change. You can't, go down to the same small things as we go into game number 3 with a 2-0 advantage for this derecho side. We're going to put to rest this St. Paul Senators offensive chances as Shig is going to find the shot. Seppi has the follow-up, and Shig will find the pass off the backboard off of Caesar's touch, as the Senators will take the 1-0 advantage. Iwu, that is better from them.
Yeah, I mean, finally they break the lid on the goal, and maybe that'll start something here. As Jaws starts his own air dribble, gets the reset, but nothing more. And I mean, even that, it wasn't anything too crazy, but they made the point work on defense. Something they haven't had to do a lot. Shig super rock gets a great touch out, gives it away over Jaws. T-Jack with the touch. Can he follow? He's on low boost, on nothing actually, but he just drops it down. It's not a great touch. Zombs just waits. That's good. He forced 2 to go again. Off the backboard, Shig beats 1. Seppi away. It's a good pitch. Zombs have to scramble back. And, I mean, Zombs has Zombs has 2 goals and an assist for Des Moines. So, St. Paul have to start taking advantage of this when T-Jack really hasn't done anything on the stat sheet, at least. So far, that one's going to trickle in. No! Zombs just clears it away from danger. Caesar looking to start his own air dribble. He just jumps over the ball. And Stewie, the looks that they're giving Des Moines have been better from St. Paul, but the execution's still not there.
Seppi will find that pass midfield that's cut out by T-Jack. Zombs is going to look to make a miss. Can't really do much with this. He's kind of just going to sit on the ball. Not a ton of boost. Shig is going to have an open shot. He hits it. As St. Paul will get that second on the board, and that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, Zombs kind of loses control, but Seppi gets 2 bumps and opens up the lane. And St. Paul, when they do get a lane, they have done better, and they have found the back of the nets.
Yeah, St. Paul looking like a whole new team in game 3. This may sound like I'm jinxing it, but Caesar an easy double tap will make it 3 with 3 minutes to play. But that's plenty of time for Des Moines. And we saw the time, no matter how much is left, it does not matter, because last series, Burnsville came back in game 3 after going down a few goals. So nothing that, I don't even think Des Moines should be phased at this point. Even with them, I'd probably been outplayed here in game 3. Plenty of time for the comeback to begin. As Zombs look for the double, can't find it. Caesar just playing out of this world right now. Another great touch from him. Shig will collect, but it's a miss. Can they find the shot? They're running into each other. T-Jack gets demoed, and that probably saves them a goal as Seppi brings it up the wall. Jaws collects. And Des Moines it's still time, but you probably want to find a goal here soon.
Definitely, for sure. As the Senators will get the clear all the way down the field. It's going to go in the net as Shig has found the fourth, and St. Paul looks completely different from the latter half of this series. I don't know what has changed, but they're in a whole different spot. I think overall, this Senators team has just found a different confidence, and I think overall, they definitely could be, it could carry this momentum into game number 3 or game number 4, excuse me. They could continue on and find that 5th game if they play like this again, because they're keeping Des Moines off the scoreboard, Iwu, and that's something they've failed to do throughout the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, those physical plays you talked about towards the end of game 2 have finally started to come in play. That's how they got their 4th, and that's how, they've just started to run away. Another bump attempt coming through, something they weren't doing at all. And a fake from Caesar, cleared away by Jaws. T-Jack will whiff as Shake gets the touch. Jaws on no boost. He'll take it for himself, though. Clock's ticking down. Zom's a solid touch. Gets a power side around. Get Jaws there. He's too close. And he's 50. And he's 50 away. Woo. It's late here.
It is. I bet. Yeah, it's getting to be, long hours of the night for us. Been here for quite a bit tonight, but yeah, I'm just excited to see what we get, into the latter half of this series. And we got game number 4, and overall, that's going to be one for T-Jack. Can they make the comeback, Iwu? Do you think they can rattle off 4 straight here and get back into this game? I don't know how possible it is, but they want to give it a try.
Not gonna lie, I'm not seeing that. I don't think that's happening.
Not a chance, bro. Not a chance.
No, not a chance. But hey, one good goal from T-Jack there gets him on the score sheet. Maybe that sparks him as Shig. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Maybe the comeback is possible if they can't. Oh man. I don't even know what to say. That's unlucky.
Yeah.
Ooh, good save.
I'm just kind
It
of,
still might not be St. Paul's night.
Yeah. Trying to think of if it might not be St. Paul's night, as Jaws will get the demo, or will get demoed, excuse me, as Des Moines want to press and get that second. They gotta find 3 more. As 38 seconds left, and it's been all St. Paul in this game number 3. Completely turned around the idea, as we are looking at the derecho. Likely going to have to go to that 4th game and try and win. And I don't know if I see that happening. No, overall, the St. Paul, they look good in this 3rd game. I don't know what has changed. It's maybe the physical plays, but it seems to me like it's just the consistency on offense, but also on defense has really improved.
Yeah, they look a lot just more structured. I think that's a big thing in Rising Star. As game 3 is over, we just have to wait for the ball to hit. As Jaws, little stat pad. Oh, and the T-Jack, what a saves.
I like it. I like the savage. I like the plays. Love the as we will see that, but Senators
Getting their head a bit.
Yeah, hey, I like it. I like the idea. Do
well.
whatever you need to, Iwu, to get what's the word? A mental advantage over your opponents, because I feel like that's the way to win, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You can have as much talent as you want, but if that mental's not there,
you're done. You're literally done. You're out. You strike 3. You have struck out, unfortunately, and yeah, we're gonna go to a 4th game. Just gonna hang on here, and Saints just picked a no tackle. Interesting selection from them. But
interesting.
yeah, for sure. So we're gonna go to the 4th game, and we'll see what we get out of this series.
Yeah. So my prediction was wrong. I can still get the team right. Good for that. But I will say, I told you St. Paul slept on a bit, and they proved me right there, as they get a big win over the derecho, even if they don't get the series win.
For sure. I don't know if they need a new server, but possibly. But Des Moines and St. Paul. Honestly, What's interesting to me, Iwu, is that I've heard that teams will actually in RLCS will save a server if they like it. They'll have a coach or somebody sit in the server, and they won't leave, and they'll save the server, and they're able to just join back because if they feel like it's good, or if it it runs clean, if it's good. But just waiting on Shig to return in, and I think is cleaning up some things as far as his internet goes. But it's interesting to say where this St. Paul team sits and not doing incredibly well in the season, and -8 game differential. And I think that's really going to haunt them come the major, because the major, you're going to have to play some great Rocket League, and you're going to have to be perfect, because it's a giant single elim bracket, and there is no room for mistakes at all.
Yeah. I mean, listen, miracle run's gonna happen. I know who I'm taking to win the major. I'll tell you that.
I feel confident in your pick. Do you think that they'll definitely live up to the hype, or are they going to fail you?
I think it depends on what that third guy on that team does. I'm gonna be honest with you, but we'll see. I'm excited for the major as T-Jack gets us going 10 seconds in, and that's something they did well in game 2. They scored first, and they have not. And when you don't have to play from behind, Rocket League becomes a whole lot easier.
Definitely, for sure. As Des Moines will go up in this game 1-0. As we are going to look at what can this Des Moines side do differently after taking a unfortunate loss in that last game, because that was a tough game for them to play, and they kind of fell apart really. Ooh. As Jaws will get the second, and a huge play from Des Moines as they're up 2 now, and a great infield pass from Zoms. That is picture perfect.
Nasty from him. He's been outstanding today. Felt like he's been a part of almost every Des Moines goal today, and only one where he has not been scoring or assisting on it, which is just crazy. I mean, he's been the guy for them plenty of time for St. Paul to come back here, as they had an opportunity on the counterattack there, but nothing came through. T-Jack letting Jaws go, or Zoms go, I apologize. T-Jack a backflip. Zoms infield pass to nobody unless Jaws can get around it. He will bang it. T-Jack up. Not a scoreable ball, you would imagine, as the infield pass has not been covered up too well by St. Paul. I mean, it's been different than I'd say most infield passes, the way they've disguised it, using the ceiling, just mixing up the looks they're giving St. Paul has been the bread and butter for Des Moines so far.
For sure. It's been the issue for St. Going in this series is, 1 second they're playing a certain way, and then the next second they're playing a different way. So I think overall it's going to be interesting to see what we get out of this series as far as the mental game goes, because the derecho are really pouring this game on. I don't know what is happening here as far as this St. Paul defense. What in the world changed between game number 3 and 4, because this is a completely different team as far as the defense goes. They cannot find a stop, and Des Moines actually just pouring it on for me. Honestly, I don't think it's St. Paul's defense. I think it's Des Moines really just pouring on the offense. They're just done entertaining even a thought here.
So Caesar, a good save to keep this game close for now, and a back pass into the corner. Waste some time. We take under 3 minutes. St. Paul have been not to the same level, I'd say, as they were in game 3, but Des Moines have just looked like their games 1 and 2 form. I think that's a difference maker. Des Moines kind of dropped the standard in game 3. They found it here in game 4. They've looked better. Miles better. Jaws with a loft towards the middle. Every time that ball hangs in the air, more time wasted. T-Jack a mistouch. Caesar coming across. A flick by Zobbs. The hook shot just wide. Jaws towards net, blocked away. Caesar another save to just give his team a fleeting hope of coming back. A good demo. Seppi bangs it towards the corner, but no boost to work with. He doesn't get the bump as Jaws just barrels through that. Zobbs downfield. Seppi bangs it away. Three. The offense has to come through soon. And speaking of offense, it's been all Zoms, a good 50, and an even better save from Zoms. He's been outstanding today downfield. And the offensive pressure they worked so hard to find and to look is not there anymore. Zoms downfield. Hit away, and you can't bang the ball anymore. You have to start scoring.
Indeed.
Oh, hello, Stewie.
Hi, I kind of disconnected for a second. Happens. But
Fine.
yeah, I think overall a minute and a half left, and it has been all Des Moines. St. Paul got to stop giving the ball away. As Caesar, maybe off the backboard, maybe has another touch, but can't really put it on target. It's been tough. Tough sledding for the derecho, for the Senators, as the derecho have looked, solid so far. Have been playing some good Rocket League. As the Senators have to find something with 60 seconds left. Maybe Shake can put something together, but he'll get dunked by Zoms. And Zoms has really stepped up in this fourth game, looking to complete this series in a four game win. As Zoms will fake that challenge in a good play, as Seppi has no boost, and that kills a ton of time for this Des Moines derecho side, as they are just looking to wait out the clock. To me, I don't feel like there is anything insanely different about this overall. I think it's just this Des Moines team thinking that they have got the Senators dead to rights.
Yeah. We ticked down under 20 seconds. It's kind of been confirmed. I don't think Des Moines' defense is this suspect to give up 3 goals. T-Jack a double downfield into the corner, and it is just a ball game.
Yeah, ball game is right. Well, it is likely done and dusted, as we are likely going to be crowning a winner in this series in the Des Moines derecho, as they are completely running through this Des Moines defense, or this St. Paul defense. I keep getting them mixed up. I don't know what I'm doing. As this series is likely going to end in a 4-game win, and it will. As Des Moines will go 5-1 to start the season, St. Paul's struggles continue.
Yeah, it's disappointing for St. Paul. I really do think that they showed that they're not this bad. I'm going to be honest. I think they got unlucky with not having Caesar for a couple series, and eventually him playing more will show their level. You would hope. But Des Moines, they're number 2 in Rising Star for a reason, and they proved that to us tonight.
Yeah, able to really step up on the offensive end, but also on the defensive end of the ball. There at the end are really stepping up huge to close out this feisty offense that this St. Paul Senators showed in that third game. I mean, they showed they can do it. It's about consistency, and Des Moines just overall this season has just been the more consistent team. And I think that's what it's coming down to in a lot of these series is consistency is key. And as a result, it's really about that consistent play. And Des Moines has just been the more consistent team all season long. I think it is going to come down to do St. Paul make a late trade window move? They still have time, but I don't remember. Do you know if they still have? Do you know if they still have? If they still have a drop? I gotta check right now. But
they do. They have not made a roster change.
Okay, they have not made a roster change at all for any of their leagues, so they have a drop and a pickup. So they could do anything they want, really, which is fairly interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they're definitely a team to watch. I mean, a lot of season to play.
For
Especially,
sure.
I mean, they make that run. They make a run in that major. It doesn't matter how you start this season.
Exactly.
I mean, still a ton to play for this team, and I think people should stop sleeping on them.
I agree. It'll be fairly interesting to see what we get. But yeah, that'll do it for the night. The Senators going to lose to the derecho in 4. And yeah, this has been Ewu and Stewie with Rising Star Action. We are going to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Ewu, for joining me for the last 2 series. Solid win for the Rangers. Of course, to them, as they will take a 5-game win. And we will see you tomorrow for Challenger. Another single header night, so not as many matches for teams, but still, they're going to play and they're going to get ready for that illustrious major. It's coming up quick, and Challenger is, of course, the next step on our level and our ladder, and the next stop for our destination. 6 p.m. CST tomorrow, Friday night. We will see you then.